Brothers, what is going on? It's your dude, Mr. International Passport, here again for another Future Classic live stream. First and foremost, please press a 1 in the live stream chat if you can hear me loud and clear. Please press a 1 in the live stream chat if you can hear me loud and clear. Mayday, mayday, mayday. Who's in the building? Who's in the building tonight? Who's in the building? Let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. How's my audio? Legend of Tensuke, thank you, bro. He's in the building. Cloud Ninja 92 in the building. Awesome. Give me a couple more ones. Philip Reynolds in the building. Appreciate you, Philip. Dart Rolling in the building. Superstar Modern DJ M8. Awesome, man. Awesome. Let's get straight into it, man. I want to say a huge thank you to all those that have supported the channel over the past couple of years. Your support is greatly appreciated. And then, of course, welcome the new people. I accept and I embrace you with open arms. So, as you know, Python course on the way. February 2024 is the date. Okay, more details to follow as to when you can sign up for it specifically. But I'll be teaching you out Python. Okay, so if you want to be my new class where I'll be taking in new students, look out for any announcements coming soon on the channel. Okay, you're gonna love it. All right, we'll be pushing forward and giving you value this year. Make sure you join the Patreon. On the Patreon, we have several Patreon videos on Vancouver: freaky, X-rated, raw, explicit, and how to navigate in Vancouver fully. So you want to know where to go to find Japanese chicks, where to go to in Vancouver, to find Korean chicks, Brazilian chicks, Ukrainian chicks. Oh my goodness, it's on the Patreon. It's on the Patreon. So go and check out the Patreon. We have everything there. Apart from that, cop the merch too. That'd be greatly appreciated. Show some support and cop the merch. Please cop the merch. Be a lifetime member on the Patreon. There's different tiers for you to support. Any support you can give me is greatly appreciated. And of course, man, tonight, hit the super chats, hit the PayPal, show me some support, man. I'm giving you value so far this year. Don't let me down, man. Support me. That'd be greatly appreciated. So let's get straight into it, man. Get the likes up too. That'd be greatly appreciated. Over 20 people watching. Can we get at least 20 likes, please? That'd be greatly appreciated. Mr. DM, how you doing, bro?
I'm doing good. Happy Friday, everybody.
Happy Friday to you too, brother. DM, thank you for your time. We're in for, I know, a classic live stream. So do you mind giving us a brief intro about who you are, where you're from, bro, and anything special about you?
All right. So I'm DM. I work as a Spanish teacher in Buffalo, New York. I'm from Niagara Falls, New York. Born in New York City, and I live in Niagara Falls, New York now. I currently have a beautiful girlfriend in Malaysia, and I feel that we all need to support you, IP, because you're doing the Lord's work. No question about it.
Wow. Thank you, bro, for the kind words, man. Much appreciated, brother. Thank you so very much. So let's get straight into it, brother. Vancouver, Canada. The title of this live stream is called Vancouver, Canada is a glitch in the matrix for passport bros. Woman, culture, and life in Vancouver. When I label a place or country a glitch in the matrix for passport bros, what do I mean by that? So we currently live in a matrix, and the matrix is full of feminism, full of ultra liberalism, full of man-hating ideologies, full of unruly women, high body count women, etc., etc. Literally, hell on earth at the moment, So, is there a glitch in the West? Right? Vancouver, Canada is still in the West, but I am proclaiming that it is a glitch in the matrix. Okay, it's a whole different feeling out there. I've been there myself, and I couldn't believe the level of cooperation, the high quality woman that I saw out there. I was like, this can't be the West. It was amazing. But I got a brother here, okay, Mr. DM, who's here to break down his experience about Vancouver. DM, the first question to you, brother, is why did you go to Vancouver in the first place? Were you inspired by my streams or someone else? Break it down for us, bro.
All right. So I have to say that it was a little bit of an accident because of the fact that um, I was supposed to spend both Christmas and New Year's with my girlfriend, but I missed my flight. Not something I'm proud of because I was flying from Toronto. Toronto's the closest international airport to um, Niagara Falls, where I can get more direct flights to Asia, or at least to Vancouver to get to Asia. But I missed my flight, so I was not able to make it over to Malaysia until that next weekend. So I basically had 1 week to kill in Vancouver. Thank God it was not the end of my relationship. My girlfriend forgave me. So I was able to explore Vancouver. And this is one of the reasons why I say I think you're doing the Lord's work, because I have plenty of info that I get to share with you guys today.
Wow. Before we go on to the woman part here, brother, and just so before we go into that part and confirm that there's a glitch in the matrix for passport bros, I'm going to ask you a few general questions about your time there in terms of accommodation, where to stay, etc., etc.
You got
But
it.
but brothers, I want to make this very clear, brothers, right? Okay, a glitch in the matrix. Now, some of y'all can't leave the West at the moment. You can't leave the West, okay? But if you're a brother, okay, if you are a brother, if you're a black man, you tired of the West, okay, you tired of how you're being treated, okay, I'm telling you, join my Python course, join my Python class, book your IT consultations with me, or even better, get on the IT mentorship plan via the platinum tier on the Patreon, okay, to give you step-by-step guidance to get into IT, right? While you're studying, right, in the West, while you're studying in the West, brothers, okay, I strongly encourage you to be visiting Vancouver frequently. It will keep you sane. Now, if I was a black American man, okay, right, and I'm aware that I'm in the matrix, the women in America are horrible, right, etc., etc., and I know that not too far away, there's a place in Canada called Vancouver, right? I'd be taking trips there once a month, brothers, once every 2 weeks until I get out of the West completely. Because I'll tell you, brothers, right, Vancouver will keep you sane. It will keep you from going crazy. You want cooperative chicks. You want great vibes. You want attention. You want love. It is a glitch in the matrix for a black man. I've been there. I can confirm it. I've got DM here who will confirm everything. But let's go step by step. We have to crawl. We have to walk. And then we have to run. Ain't that right? So DM. So accommodation wise, brother, where did you stay in Vancouver?
So usually when I book a hotel, I like to use a couple of websites, either Airbnb, booking.com, or Agoda. But I use booking.com because since I wasn't planning initially to stay in Vancouver for a week, I had to make do with some last minute accommodations, and I stayed at the Cambie, Cambie, and I'm going to type it in the chat. I stayed at the Cambie Hostel and Bar. Now, there are two locations of the Cambie Hostel and Bar. There's one on Cambie Street, which is the original location. And then there's another more slightly upscale one on Seymour Street. I strongly recommend the one on Cambie Street with the bar. And I'm going to go into that in a couple of minutes.
Awesome, awesome. So, you in a hotel or you were in Airbnb? Was that a hotel, that can be place?
It was a hotel.
Awesome, bro. Fantastic. So, brother, going on further into Vancouver, right? You were there. You experienced the scenery, the culture. Who do you think runs Vancouver? Who's in control there? Who's the bosses there, in your opinion, brother? Who runs that city specifically?
I would have to say that because it's in the province of British Columbia, as a result, it's the Canadians of Anglo descent who have the most money in Vancouver. And so they tend to be the top dogs that run Vancouver, the Anglo Canadians. But I would say the second population that runs Vancouver after Anglo Canadians would be the Irish Canadians, just because of the fact that you have Irish bars everywhere in Vancouver.
Okay. You don't feel like the Chinese have a lot of power and they control that city, in your opinion?
I think that they're definite. If there's any Asians that have power in Vancouver, I know that there used to be a South Asian an Indian mafia until recently, but they're not as powerful now as what they used to be. So I would have to say the strongest Asian group in Vancouver, definitely the Chinese. Because the last time I went to Vancouver 6 months ago, I met a Chinese girl that owned her own business. So you and I are on the same page. We'll say that the Chinese are definitely the richest Asians in Vancouver, for sure.
They got long money there, and obviously, we gonna go in, we gonna get into Chinese checking for brothers, etc., and break down the Indian complexity there in Vancouver. Because I'll tell you what, brothers, right? This might shock you, but in Vancouver, black men are not the bad guys. In America, in the UK, we're the bad guys, right? Unfortunately. Now, I'm not saying that it is confirmed, but due to institutional racism, due to unfair treatment, due to how the game is played, they have portrayed us as the bad guys in UK and America. In Vancouver, we're not the bad guys. In fact, right, we up top. We near the top. It's the Indian mafia, right, or the Indian gangsters that are the ones that have the bad image. And this is why I'm saying that it's a glitch in the matrix. When I was there, people weren't scared of me. Were they scared of you, brother, when you were there in Vancouver?
Absolutely, positively not. And coming from New York City originally, that was one of the most important adjustments psychologically that I had to make. You had people that knew by the way they were looking at me and the way that I was walking down the street that I wasn't from there, but they were still saying hi to me with big smiles on their faces.
Oh, bro, you making me reminisce. You making me reminisce, man. Nas, Reminisce. Yeah, I know that song by Nas, Reminisce.
Definitely.
You know that song
Definitely.
by Nas, Reminisce? You know it, bro?
I know that song, but I'm also thinking of a song by Pete Rock and CL Smooth. Then they reminisce over you, my God.
Yeah.
And they were from Mount Vernon, which is the part of the New York City area that I'm from. So
amazing. That's a classic song, man. I love that song. They reminisce over you, my God, dude. Classic. So, brother.
Awesome.
Okay. So, next question for you, brother, right, is so now break down for me the black experience there in Vancouver. How were you treated, brother? Did you get any weird looks, any racist, racist looks, racist words said towards you? Were you respected? How were you treated, brother, as a black American man in Vancouver?
Okay, so I never got the N-word use. Everyone that I dealt with, they were very extremely friendly. If there were any guys that I could tell weren't really feeling me, like at the hotel that I stayed at, they just kept their distance from me. It was no problem whatsoever. So I didn't have to I didn't have to have my bullcrap meter or my BS meter on all the time, like what I'm used to having back at home. Like in Vancouver, you can feel like there's a breath of fresh air. You can actually not let your guard down all the way, but enough to actually enjoy life. And so it's very similar to Asia in that way.
Amazing. Fantastic, bro. So, but you were respected, right?
I was respected, and you can tell that we're looked up to as well.
Mm,
Because everywhere that I went, I noticed that no matter the ethnicity of people, you could tell that they love to imitate our culture in as far as the fashion goes.
facts. Let me drill down there in terms of respect there and imitation. Like, once again, brothers, in America, in the UK, can you picture an Asian person respecting a black person? Can you picture an Asian person looking up to a black person? That is non-existent. Okay. The average Asian person in the UK and America, right? Keep it a stack. Keep it a stack. They love, white people. They do, you know. If it's not white people, it's Asian people. They don't really want to mess with us. I'll keep it a stack, man. It's unfortunate. It is what it is. In Vancouver, Asian people looking up to you. Wow, there's a brother around us. There's a black person around us. I want to know. I want to learn from him. I respect him. Right? What can he teach us? Again, a glitch in the matrix. A glitch in the matrix. So let's carry on there. Let's carry on there. So next question for you, bro, is in term, brother. Are you too close to your mic? I'm hearing some sort of feedback. You good?
No, I'm good.
Keep still, yeah, please. Thank you, bro. So, brother, investments. So when you were there, brother, right? You know, did you spot any investment opportunities, any business opportunities, brother, that we could, as past proposals, exploit?
I know that when I was in downtown Vancouver, there was a big there was a big building for Microsoft right near the wharf.
Hmm.
So Microsoft is definitely going to be one of the most important companies that if we get into the stock market, we could invest in. Also, too, Vancouver is basically known as the Silicon Valley of Canada because of all of the computer software and IT jobs that they have there. So, any company that has to do with computers in general, those would be the companies you would invest and get a stock in Vancouver.
Okay, interesting there, bro. And I also want to add here, brothers, that Vancouver has a huge, crazy IT scene. A lot of IT jobs in Vancouver, and that's what I'm telling you, brothers. Get into IT. Make sure you join my Python classes. Get get your career started, man. You know, get those certs. Get my Python knowledge and experience. And go out there. It's a huge IT scene in Vancouver. Um, they're checking for brothers too. So we can't lose at the moment. You got all the tools here to be successful, right? How many things how many services, brothers, right, am I offering you on this channel to improve your lives, to be the ultimate passport, bro? If you ain't joining the Python course, I don't know, bruv. I don't know, because I just finished with my previous course of students last week. They loved it, right? They're gonna go away, do what they want to do in IT. And I hope you join me on this journey, brothers, in the Python course, because we're not playing no games in 2024. Execution and consistency is very key here. Okay? We're not playing no games. So, brother, how about people, right? In general, brother, right? And when I say people, brother, I'm talking about every race of people, because
Yeah.
Vancouver's quite diverse, right? You got Filipinos there, you got Eastern Europeans there, you got Chinese, Japanese, Korean, Indian. Brother, how did people of those different demographics and beyond, right, treat you, brother? And how they like us, how they like his people, how they like his people, bro? Break it down.
It's definitely no matter the ethnicity of people, they get along with each other and they're very friendly towards tourists. They treated me very well. Didn't matter if they were white, black, Asian. In fact, I had this one experience in which I was just sitting down by Canada Place, which is the biggest mall in Vancouver, and there was a couple of benches by the wharf where you can see boat stocking and people jogging and running by the boardwalk. And even though this African guy didn't know me, he was taking photographs of me because he said that my glasses were fire, and he was just happy to see a black guy from the West visiting in Vancouver, because the biggest black population in Vancouver are Africans. So we exchanged information. He said he was going to send me the photos. And also, too, I found that Vancouver, of all the Canadian cities that I've been to, Montreal, Toronto, Vancouver is the easiest city to strike up conversations with people that you don't know. So I was having good conversations with white people, Spanish people, Asian people, black people that I didn't know. I just met them there for the first time. It could have been in the mall, it could have been in the airport, at the park. It didn't matter. And they were not intimidated to see me as a black person. So like that was one of the best things that I liked about Vancouver.
Wow, incredible. Brother, even Chinese people treat you good?
Even Chinese people were treating me good. Japanese. I remember not this trip, but the first trip I took to Vancouver, July of last year, I went to a hip hop festival at the college campus downtown. And there was the way I met that Chinese girl that owned her own business is that I was just dancing, having a good time, and she approached me and danced with me. And also, too, there's a couple of other Chinese friends that I made at the hotel, and we had breakfast together 3 out of the 4 days that they stayed at the hotel, because I stayed for a whole week. They left like in the middle of the week, and we exchanged phone numbers. They treated me like they've always known me, even though they just met me 4 days ago.
And these are people from China themselves, brother, from the country of China, right?
From the country of China, exactly.
Brother, you mentioned that you had breakfast with one. Brother, hold on, Ray. I think you might be the first black man to ever have breakfast with a Chinese person, bro.
Yep. It was a guy from Vietnam, a guy from China, as well as a girl from China, and then a guy from Belgium and a guy from Turkey. We all sat together in the cafeteria, had breakfast together, talked about our different cultures, and we were just chatting up the breeze for like 2 or 3 hours.
Wow, incredible. So now let me ask this, brother, right? So how many other black men did you see there? Because when I was there in Vancouver, brother, right, I probably saw 10 black men my whole trip. It's a small population. How many black men did you see out there, brother?
Okay, so I was there for a whole week, and I like to walk a lot for exercise, so I walked all over the city. I would have to say, on average, I saw around 15. And the reason for that, I kind of got fortunate to see 15 because 2 of the experiences that I had bumping into black people, I saw groups of African guys hanging together twice. And each group of African guys was like 5 people. So I saw 2 groups of 5 African guys walking down the wharf together. And then I saw like 5 other individual black guys by themselves. It kind of seems like, from my observation, a lot of black guys first get to Vancouver to either study at the universities and then they stay there, or there's a job that they land in Vancouver and that job is what pulls them over there.
Wow, incredible, bro. So wow, Interesting. How many Western black men did you come across? Very low, right?
No, they all tended to be of African descent. I didn't bump into, I think I only saw one Western black guy, but he seemed like he was, no, two Western black guys, but they were both Canadian though.
Okay, I see. There you go, brothers. Like we told you, man. There ain't a lot of brothers out there. So next question for you, brother, is so how do you meet people and make friends there in Vancouver, bro?
So the thing about it is the bar is one of the most important social scenes in Vancouver. So even if you're not the type of person that's a bar type person, I strongly recommend to become a bar like person when you go to Vancouver because they usually have Latin. This particular place that I went to, the Cambie Hostel, they had their own bar. And that bar was like the best bar in all of Vancouver to meet single people. So if you wanted to meet people who were single, this was the bar that you went to because they had a Latin night one night. They had a Boxing Day celebration on December 26th, which was awesome. They had a Christmas dinner and a party there, and that place was my hangout all throughout the time that I was there because you could easily meet people from all over the world, whether they were currently living in Vancouver or that they were on vacation.
Incredible. Incredible, bro. Fantastic. Next question for you, brother, is transportation. So how were you moving about, brother? What were you, and was it efficient? Was it cheap? Break it down for us, bro.
So the two main ways they have the two main ways that I transported. My hostel was in downtown Vancouver, so I basically walked a lot in Gastown as well as the downtown area. But when I had to take public transportation, I took the subway because the subway takes you from the airport in Richmond all the way downtown and to whatever other suburbs you need to go to. If you want to go either to Whistler Ski Resort or to Victoria, which I also strongly recommend that brothers should visit. I didn't get a chance to go to Whistler Mountain or to Victoria, but that's why I plan on doing the next time I go there. You can take the local buses and they'll take you to Whistler as well as to Victoria. But as long as you take the subway or you're willing to walk around, that's all you need to do.
Amazing. Amazing intel so far, brother. Amazing. So, next question for you, brother, is food, brother. Tell us how Vancouver food is like. What was your favorite cuisine? I don't want to hear poutine, but it's
No,
whatever.
no.
Break it down for us, bro.
Okay. So because of the fact that Vancouver is very diverse, you don't have to break your neck if you want to try food from Asia. And that was one of the most important things I loved about Vancouver. You had Filipino restaurants, you had Japanese restaurants, you had Chinese restaurants, you had Thai restaurants, Vietnamese restaurants. If you were into Latin food, you had Mexican restaurants. If you were into food from the Middle East, you had Turkish restaurants. You name the kind of food that you wanted, and you had that kind of food. It was mostly any restaurant you wanted, either from Latin America, like Mexico, Peru, as well as Spain and Brazil. So it was either Latin American food and Spanish food, Asian food, or Middle Eastern food. I didn't see any Jamaican or West Indian restaurants, but you could have any kind of cuisine you wanted from Asia, the Middle East, and Europe and Latin America.
Amazing. Amazing, bro. Fantastic. What was your favorite cuisine there?
My favorite cuisine there, it definitely had to be um the Japanese food that they had, because they had a good place where you could get teriyaki chicken and rice
Oh,
right near the wharf. So the best restaurants in Vancouver, they're either in Gastown or they're right by Canada Place. And then just a block from the Cambie Hostel, there was a Peruvian restaurant that had some delicious food as well.
incredible, incredible, bro. Um, so next question for you, brother, is cost of living. When you compare the cost of living, Vancouver to America, what's cheaper, what's more expensive? Break it down for us, bro.
Okay. So Vancouver, this is the only downside to Vancouver. Vancouver is very similar to the major cities on the west coast of the states, like Seattle or San Francisco or Los Angeles, in which the rents are not like New York City. But if you don't have a stable job in IT or in the computer industry, period, um, then it's going to be very difficult to live in Vancouver unless you're sharing an apartment with roommates. A lot of the people that I met, I'm not going to, including my one Japanese friend that I met that I'm going to talk to you about later on, she was sharing an apartment in Richmond outside of Vancouver with like three other roommates. And that tends to be the typical thing that people do in Vancouver if they're not married or with a family. They tend to take a one bedroom apartment or a two bedroom apartment and split it between four or five people.
Damn. You see, brothers, get into IT, man. Get into IT, right? This is why I'm pushing IT towards you, brothers. Vancouver is expensive. I've been there myself. It was expensive, but once again, brothers, put in work in your professional career, get into IT, book your IT consultations with me, join my upcoming Python course, go on the IT mentorship plan by the Platinum tier on the Patreon. You got to put in work, brothers, for you to reap the benefits of your work. So next question. Oh, yeah, and also that's why Pookie and Ray Rays can't go there. There are two things stopping Pookie and Ray Ray from destroying Vancouver. Number one, when you want to get a visa, it's not like a visa, but it's some sort of check they do, right? They ask you, do you have a record? Do you have any record? They ask for it. So if you do, strike one, you ain't getting in. Number two, it's expensive. Pookie will Pookie in his first day will start crying in tears when he sees those prices. He gonna fly back to Colombia and trick on chicks on Tinder. I keep it a stack. Okay, Vancouver ain't never getting penetrated, right, or destroyed in better terms by Pookie and Ray Ray, right? And that's why I promote these high value destinations for you. Same for Panama. Panama is quite more expensive than Colombia. Pookie and Ray Ray ain't going to do damage there in Panama like they do in Colombia. Why? It's expensive there. Same in Japan, unless they're military. Okay? So yeah, we moving different here, brothers. We're pushing out IT, we're pushing out crypto now, we're pushing out travel. We touch upon over 60 countries on this channel. We moving different, bruv. Okay? We ninjas up in this mofo. We samurais up in this mofo. So next question for you, brother, is safety. Did you feel safe in Vancouver? Is there anything we should be aware of about there, brothers? Break it down.
Vancouver is the safest city that I've ever been to in the West, hands down. And once again, you're taking it from someone who's originally from the NYC. It's not my cup of tea to hang at a bar that's inside of a big city until 2 or 3 in the morning. If I do that, I'm either in Asia or I'm in the suburbs if I'm going to be hanging at a bar till 2 or 3 in the morning in the suburbs, never in a big city in the West. Vancouver is the only big city that in the West in my 30s where it was 1 in the morning and I'm still having fun at the bar. 2 in the morning, still having fun at the bar. 3 in the morning, still having fun at the bar. And I don't feel any kind of danger whatsoever. That was one of the best things I liked about Vancouver.
Amazing, amazing, bro. Um, Brother, there's a place that I want to bring up, right? I can't remember the place, but it's a huge druggy slash homeless area. Did you go around that area, brother? Did you see it?
I happened to see the most homeless people in the section of Vancouver called Gastown. If you're in like the first couple of blocks of Gastown closest to downtown, which is where the Cambier Hostel and Bar is located, it's not that bad. It still looks spiffy and kosher, but it's once you go towards away from where the restaurants are, when you go further away from the wharf, and I forgot the name of the street where you start to see a lot of the homelessness, but it's when you're in Gastown, further away from the wharf, that you start to see more homeless people.
Yep, yep. And when you see it, it's like you're in a different world, brothers. Like literally, they're around you. They're shooting up. I can't say it, but they shooting up substances, and you're thinking, what is going on here? Like it's a lot of people. There's one avenue, one strip, and a whole bunch of crazy views, man. I actually walked through there. Let me see if I can find the video on my channel and post for you, brothers. So I walked through there with a brother, and it was daunting. I'm like, this can't be real. What's happening here? So next question for you, bro, is culture. So what's the culture like, brother, in Vancouver, brother? Is it a conservative culture? Is it liberal? Is it a mixture of two? You know, and what's a dominant culture there, ethnically or racially? Is it Chinese culture? Break it down for us, bro.
Okay, so this was one of my favorite parts of my notes that I wanted to go over with you today. So definitely for sure, I would say that Vancouver is a mix between liberalism and conservatism. So it's not so conservative like Quebec City, in which they feel that, you know, the French Canadian culture is the dominant culture and the superior culture, or like in rural parts of the states where they feel like the white ethnic group is the dominant ethnic group. So it's not conservative all the way to that extreme, excuse me, but it's also not wildly liberal like it is in New York City and Toronto. The majority of the feminism that I came across in Vancouver was feminism as in women having equal rights to men. I didn't bump into a lot of third wave feminism. So I would say it's a nice mix between liberalism and conservatism. It's like right in the middle, tilting towards conservatism, but
Okay.
also promoting diversity.
So, brother, when you were there, right, what culture in terms of ethnicity was quite dominant there? So I'll give my 2 cents here, right? When I was there, huge Chinese influence there, a lot of Chinese letters, Chinatown, China shops, bubble tea, all that nonsense, right? All that stuff. It's just a terminology. All that stuff there, right? So, did you see that there, brother? Do you feel like Chinese culture is quite strong there, or is it a different culture? Break it down for us, bro.
I would say most importantly Chinese culture, because just like anywhere else in Asia, they have the most money. You can go to several countries in Southeast Asia like Malaysia or Thailand, and the Chinese would be the richest over there too. So definitely Vancouver is similar to any Asian country in which the Chinese have the most money. I would say when it comes to ethnicities after Chinese, the most dominant ethnicities are also Asian, like Japanese, um, Filipino. There's a growing Filipino population in Asia. I mean, there's a growing Filipino population in Vancouver. That's at least two generations based in Vancouver. So parents and children, as well as there's a growing Korean population. So the Asian cultures are the most dominant in Vancouver population wise. And like I said, after the Chinese, it's the Japanese, the Filipinos, and the Koreans. And part of the reason for this is because of the fact that I had my female friends tell me that there is a 1 year work visa that Canada provides. And so a lot of people from Japan, South Korea, and um, China and the Philippines are taking advantage of that 1 year work visa to find a job and establish yourself in Canada. And that's why the Asian population is so big in Vancouver.
Amazing. Amazing, bro. Amazing. So, next question for you, brother, is lifestyle. So, brother, they call Vancouver, what is it, Hollywood North, something like that.
Yes,
There's a lot of
exactly.
TV shows are filmed there. When I was there as well, I actually came across a TV show that was being filmed. I was like, oh wow, directors there, cameras are out, the whole stage up is set up there. I'm like, this is pretty awesome. So let me ask this, brother, right? The lifestyle you notice there in Vancouver, Canada, do you think it's a high class lifestyle? Is it a middle class lifestyle? Is it a lower class lifestyle? What kind of lifestyle does the average person live there in Vancouver, or what's predominantly there to there? Break it down.
Okay. It's definitely an upper middle class lifestyle to, I'm not going to say it's necessarily a rich lifestyle because I know areas of Boston and New York City where you're going to see the rich more often flaunt their wealth. You don't see people flaunting their wealth all that much in Vancouver. It's not to the point of Hollywood where it's only for the famous stars. I would say because of a lot of the computer jobs you have over there and the IT jobs, it's definitely an upper middle class to upper class lifestyle for sure. So even if you're in the lower middle class, you're striving to be in the upper middle class if you want to stay in Vancouver for sure. Otherwise, you got to go to Edmonton or Calgary in Alberta.
Well, the flip, awesome, bro. Whoa. So that is the first part of the questions here, brother. Now let's go into the woman part, brother. So I'm going to ask you a very important question, brother. Okay. This question, brother, is probably the most important question in the history of mankind, brother.
A question.
This question, brother, right, can stop a nuke from exploding in any country on earth, brother. This question, brother, is so powerful and potent, it can turn water into wine and vice versa. A question so powerful, a question so pure and unique, it can allow mankind to walk on water like Christ did in the Bible, bro. A question so elegant and a question so superb, okay? It can, it can split the earth in two. It's that powerful, bro. A question so strong and destructive, brother, it can cause hurricanes and earthquakes anywhere around the world, brother. This question is, brother, right? Are the women in Vancouver, Canada, checking heavy for brothers and passport bros?
They check in heavy, man. Doesn't matter the ethnicities of the women, they're checking heavy for the brothers. And you don't have to break your neck to see these women either checking you out or hanging with another brother for sure.
Flipping
And
heck.
can I please add to that? One
Of
of the
course.
most important things I liked about Vancouver is the fact that because of the heavy Asian influence in the local culture in Vancouver, you can it's just like Theo WAF said, the same way you can be a decent human being and you can cold call the girl, you could cold approach the girls and talk to them in Asia, you can do the same thing in Vancouver. That was one of the most important things that I liked about Vancouver.
Oh wow, incredible, brother. Brother, why are women in Vancouver checking for brothers? Brother, there's hardly any black men over there in Vancouver. You know, how is it that we get such love there in Vancouver? Break it down for me, bro.
So from my personal experience, um I think that it's wanting that forbidden fruit because of the fact that there isn't enough of us over there. In order to have more of us, they either have to go to Toronto or they got to go to Seattle. As a result of that, the few brothers that are there, it's almost like we're a unicorn. So if you happen to have a black male friend or a black boyfriend or a black husband, guess what? You won the unicorn. And all the other girls are jealous of the girl that got that unicorn.
Damn. So, brother, right? Vancouver is extremely diverse, right? Can you confirm to me that every ethnicity of woman, I'm talking Japanese, Korean, Chinese, white, right? Filipinas, they're all checking for brothers?
I have some phone numbers to prove it,
Wow.
as well as Instagrams. I mean, the thing is, there's two bars that I strongly want to recommend to go to. You can meet women anywhere, but I feel like the two bars that have the best nightlives in Vancouver, it's the Cambier Hostel and Bar, because if you're into women that recently immigrated from Vancouver, that recently immigrated from Asia, especially. So the Kambe Hostel and Bar, you're going to find a lot of women from Japan, a lot of women from South Korea, a lot of women from Turkey as well.
Ooh. Dark Ninja, you hear that, bro? You hear Dark Ninja? He just said Turkish chicks. I know you love them Turkish chicks, bro. Turkish chicks in Vancouver, and they're also checking for brothers.
And they're checking for brothers. In fact, I was texting the Turkish friend that I met the other day. Tell you a quick story. I told her I have a girlfriend, so it is what it is. She had a date planned with some local guy in Vancouver. He had to work, so he wasn't able to make it. And I ate dinner at the Cambier bar. I was about to go to my hotel. I bump into her and she's like, "Hey, you know, my boyfriend canceled on me. You want to have a good time and dance?" I'm like, "Okay." Now, keep in mind that there were other guys trying to dance with her, and she was telling them, "I don't want to dance with you. I only want to dance with him," pointing to me. And she was talking to me about how she loved my dancing, and, you know, she's never seen anyone dance like me before, and everyone is trying to learn from you how to dance. That's another thing that's going to get you through the door. If you go to the bar or you go to the club and you're a good dancer.
Wow.
Because Turkish chicks especially love to dance. Turkish chicks and Japanese chicks. And at the Cambier bar, I went to like a Boxing Day party because Boxing Day is like a major celebration that they have the day after Christmas when we celebrate Kwanzaa in the States. And that's like the biggest party night of the year in Canada besides Christmas and New Year's. And so I saw women from Japan. I had one before I bumped into my Turkish friend. There was one Mexican lady that pulled me to her so that she could dance with me. And I got her number. And then I met a girl from Australia the previous night, and we had drinks together with her friends, and I got her number. So at the Cambie Hostel and Bar, I met a Turkish girl, a Japanese girl, Mexican girl, an Australian girl. And I recently heard back from the Turkish girl, the Japanese girl, and the Mexican girl, and they immediately, when I texted them, they got back to me within a day and they were glad that I was doing okay. So the thing about it is, once again, she had a date planned that night. The Turkish girl got stood up basically because he had to work. She knew I had a girlfriend, and yet she still wanted to hang that night with me. So if you are a brother that you're kind of down in your game, because you got to understand that in the West, we're very discouraged from cold approaching girls. You can get your game up if you stay at the Cambie Hostel, because they have girls staying in the same room as guys. And so if you can't be a man and get those phone numbers from the girls, or at least their Instagram, at the Cambie Hostel or at Foy's Irish Bar, maybe you ought to see a therapist, because it was that easy for me.
Flipping heck, bro. Wow. So let's make it very clear, right? Vancouver has Western Canadian chicks and it has foreign chicks. Now, I can confirm that both the Western Vancouver chicks, women who are actually born in Vancouver or raised in Vancouver, they like brothers, they love brothers, and the foreign chicks, they also love brothers too. However, you don't want to deal with the Western chicks there. Okay?
I agree with you 110%.
The ones that were born in Vancouver, because again, they've got that feminist ideals, they're super liberal, guy friends or girls trip. You don't want that in your life, right? You want to go for the foreign chicks, right, that are living in Vancouver. That's a cheat code right there. Now you can have fun with the Western chicks, pump a dump, get rid of her, whatever, but don't take her seriously. Ain't that right, bro?
Exactly. And the thing is, since Vancouver is basically the gateway to Asia for us passport bros, and for girls that want to live in the West that come from Asia, Vancouver is basically the first city that they would go to if they want to live in Canada. Why would you want to deal with the local girls of British Columbia anyway? Why would you want to go after these Canadian girls when you could have a Turkish girl, when you can have a Japanese girl, when you can have a Mexican girl? You know what I mean? Like if you have all of these women, and what I like about the Asian women too is that because of the fact that they tend to be recent migrants, or even if they were born in Vancouver, their family is heavy into their Filipino culture, or heavy into their Korean culture, or they're heavy into their Chinese culture. As a result of that, they're very feminine, and they like it when a man takes charge and takes the initiative to approach them.
Incredible. So, brother, did you cold approach out there in Vancouver?
Yes, especially when I was at a lot of the dance parties that they had at the bar. I cold approached to dance with them, and if they like my dancing, we dance for a while, and I let my dancing do the talking, and then That's how we exchange numbers. And then there's one Mexican girl that I danced with um, in the first half of the Boxing Day party. And then when I was about to go home, because she had to go for work the next day, so she left early. When I had to go home, that's when I bumped into my Turkish friend. And that was a girl that we were just partying until like 2:30, 3 in the morning.
Incredible, bro. Were you cold approached by a woman there in Vancouver?
The Mexican girl code approached me.
Where was
So
this?
I was just walking around looking for a girl to dance with, and she pulled me to her and started dancing with me.
Flipping heck, bro. Oh my goodness. What is going on? What is this, bro?
There's a saying that's popular in New York City. We use it in the professional world, but it applies to Vancouver when it comes to women. Half the battle is just showing up. So if you show up in Vancouver, you just achieve half the battle. So you might as well take advantage. Brothers, especially black brothers, it doesn't pay to be antisocial. Please don't be antisocial when you're in Vancouver.
This is insane. So let me ask this then, brother, right? Let me ask this. So what was my question? So what kind of dances happens in this bar? Is it salsa? Is it bachata? What kind of dances were you doing, brother?
Okay, so when you go to the Cambie bar, I felt that I dealt with the hottest girls during their Latin night because the any bar that has a Latin night in which you're dancing to reggaeton, salsa, merengue, bachata, those tend to be the nights that get the most women. So it was a Latin night where I met the Turkish girl and the Mexican girl, and then and also between Cambie Bar and Foy's Irish Bar, I'm going to type that in the chat too. They have a Latin night as well, and that tends to be their best night because a lot of women, they like hip hop. So if you go to either a hip hop night or a Latin night at any bar, but especially Cambie Bar and Foy's Irish Bar, which I just put in the chat, those are going to be the two nights where you can score the best. A Latin night or a hip hop night.
Looks like I need to do some salsa classes. Wow, incredible. So let me ask this then, brother. Right, in terms of the race of women, brother, that gave you the most success there in Vancouver, give me the top 3 women that show you the most love racial wise, brother.
Okay. Japanese. I would say Japanese / Filipina. Turkish. Mexican.
Okay. Break down the Japanese experience as a brother in Vancouver. There's always something about Japanese chicks and black men. I don't know what's going on here. Like, are these women meant to be for us? Should they be here in place instead of black women? Should
I
they
was
be...
watching a documentary about how...
Sorry there, brother. Sorry. Let me finish my point. Sorry, bro. So
no, I apologize. That's on me.
So maybe you're right. We need 1 million black men. We need 1 million black men to go to Japan and wife up 1 million Japanese chicks. Press a 1 in the chat if that's the wave in 2024. 1 million black men, right, going over to Japan, right, and making a bunch of babies with Japanese chicks. I think there's something about Japanese chicks and brothers that, you know, are they meant to be for us? Is that what the Lord is telling us? Is that what God Almighty is telling brothers? You know, break it down for us, brother. The Japanese experience in Vancouver.
So the reason why you have so many Japanese women in Vancouver is because of that 1-year work visa that Canada provides. So because Japan is the closest Asian country to Vancouver, For that reason, so many Japanese women, especially, are taking advantage of that 1 year Canadian visa to try to get a permanent job, keep it, and establish a suitable residence for themselves. And then there's a certain amount of money that they have to pay to extend their visa. And so a lot of time, the only downside to the Japanese experience is that a lot of Japanese women, because I was talking to my Japanese friend about this, a lot of Japanese women, it's more expensive to extend that visa past a year than it is to pay that initial fee for that 1 year visa. So the only downside is that if you meet a Japanese girl in Vancouver and you make a good connection with her, there's a 75 to 80% chance you need to go back to Tokyo or Osaka in order to continue that connection with her.
I see. So you're saying that Japanese women showed you love.
They did. Japanese and Filipinas.
In what way did Japanese chicks show you love?
Okay. So, I remember there was a lady that was working in the restaurant downstairs, as well as she was cleaning at the hotel on my floor. I said, "Hi, how you doing?" We talked for a little bit, and then we exchanged phone numbers. And what was interesting is that I was not the first one to text her. She was the first one to text me because of the fact that I'm chilling at the wharf, sitting at the park, minding my own business. It was the same day that I bumped into that African brother that took the picture of me with his photography camera. And she texts me, "Hey, I saw you walking by where I work. I didn't know that you would be in my area." And I'm like, "Where you at?" And then she texts me the restaurant where she worked at when she wasn't doing cleaning at the hotel. And then I met her at the restaurant and we were talking at the restaurant, and she was giving me all this intel about what it's like for the Japanese women to live there that I'm sharing with you guys now. So she was the first one to text me, and then I met a Filipina lady. We took a selfie together. We were talking for a while, got her phone number. So, and then I almost forgot to tell you this. The first time I went to Vancouver, I was at the airport getting a cappuccino, and there was another Japanese girl that she made my cappuccino. And then she was like, "I hope I see you again. I hope that this is not the last time that we meet." So I don't know if they look at us as like their long lost link. I was watching a documentary the other day that a group of Africans many, many years ago from Nigeria, from the Benin Kingdom, that they had a colony in Japan and that the male African warriors were intermixing with the women. And that was the start of the samurai class. So I don't know if because they're discovering the African influence in their culture that they want a black man so badly, or if they just like our swag. I don't know what it is, but these Japanese women want us.
Do you want them, bro?
If it doesn't work out with my girlfriend, yes.
Brothers in the chat, press the 2 if you want a Japanese chick. Do you want them, brother? So they want brothers, but do y'all want brothers? Sorry, pause. Do y'all want Japanese chicks? Do y'all want Japanese chicks, brothers? Incredible. So next question for you, brother, okay, is in terms of, did you go on a date there, brother?
No, I didn't go on a date per se. I was just hanging with groups. I was either hanging by myself, just having a good time, or I was just hanging with a group of my friends.
Okay.
So I was hanging with a group of guy friends that I had Christmas night at the bar. And then on the 26th, I just went to a Latin night by myself because I like to dance salsa, merengue, bachata. And I was just dancing with some of the ladies that were already there.
So I'm gonna ask this right. I've been there myself. You got Granville, you got Richmond. You got all these nice spots there in Vancouver. It's a really nice city. It reminds me of Asia, actually. It reminds me of Tokyo, Vancouver. You look above, you got the wire lines that connect the traffic lights and whatever. So let me ask this, brother, right? Let me ask this. Um, let me ask this, right? So where what spot in Vancouver that you went to, brother, in terms of the street or place that had the best looking woman?
I would have to say it was, besides those two bars that I put in the chat, it had to have been Canada Place, because Boxing Day is the most important day for shopping deals and sales. And you can just walk up and down that mall and you'll see beautiful women from all over Vancouver shopping.
Damn, I didn't go Canada Place in that time. Flipping heck. Did you
You're
go Science?
surprising me.
I didn't go there, bro. I didn't have time. I didn't even know about it. Flipping heck. Did you go to Science World?
No, I gotta go there next time.
Okay, that's an awesome place, man. Science World. It's a nice spot there in Vancouver. This is awesome, man. Vancouver really is a glitch in the matrix. So, brother, did you meet westernized Vancouver chicks, that actually women that were born in Vancouver, or foreign women that were westernized by the Vancouver culture? How would they compare to foreign women? Would you give them a chance? Would you avoid them? Did you deal with them? Speak with them. Break it down for us.
The only time I spoke to westernized Vancouver chicks is when I was at the airport and I needed help to find what gate my flight was going to be leaving to go to Tokyo, Japan, so I could get my connecting flight to Malaysia. I didn't really deal with Western Vancouver chicks like that. The only other time I dealt with a Western Vancouver chick is either if I was ordering food from the waitresses, or if I was at the supermarket and I wanted to know if they made some fresh Nanimo bars, which are so delicious.
Mm. What bars? How do you spell that, please?
I'm gonna put it in the chat. So
Is that
Nanimo, that's the local pastry in Vancouver. So Nanimo is basically a suburb of Vancouver. And so Nanimo bars are basically chocolate on top and chocolate on the bottom, with like a peanut butter and coconut cream in the middle. And they're very delicious.
amazing? And that's why I love traveling as well. You get to experience these new places, new foods. When I went to Vancouver, right, I went to a place called Tim Hortons. I don't know if you have it in America, but we
We
don't have
do.
it here. Okay. So I went there, right, and I was like, they had like the best sandwiches, the best donuts. I'm like, this is just incredible. Like, brother, do you like Tim Hortons or?
The thing is, they have plenty of Tim Hortons in Buffalo and Niagara Falls where I live. So I am a big Tim Hortons fan. I do have to say that the food I got from Tim Hortons in Vancouver, it had a fresher taste to it. It was made with more love, and their sandwiches and their coffee, I would say in Vancouver, is much better than the Tim Hortons in Toronto or Niagara Falls or Buffalo for sure.
Facts, bro. Like, I was there, right? And obviously, I have an English accent. It is what it is. I'm from the UK, so I'm speaking. I'm ordering, right? And I could see from the corner of my eye an Asian chick checking me out, looking at me. Like, she's probably thinking, "What? A black guy speaking with an English accent? What's going on here?" So I was also in another spot, right? I think I went to like a burger spot, and I was on the phone, right? And then I could tell opposite me, to my right, Asian chick looking up and down, looking looking up. So I'm looking forward. She looks at me. I look to her side. She looks away. I'm just speaking right. Oh my goodness, I missed that place, bruv. They're checking, man, and that's a cue there to cold approach. Just say, "Hey, are you from Vancouver?" Like, oh man, brothers, get your passport, man. Get into IT, get your passport. I keep telling you get into IT. Y'all don't listen. I keep telling y'all book your consultations, get on my new Python course, because guess what? That will get filled up. The last one I did filled up in 2 weeks. Actually, no, filled up in 1 week actually. Okay, so I'm teaching in February. Okay, it will only be open for a couple weeks. If you miss out, you miss out. All right, I warned you out. Okay, take the leap of faith and stop being scared, bruv. Shout out to Mr. Royal Black for the $3.33 super chat. Appreciate you, Mr. Royal, in the building. Respect to IP and the bros. Respect to you too, brother. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you so very much. Salute to Mr. Chosen for Chosen1619 for the $199 super chat. Appreciate you, Chosen. Do they love dark bros or light skin? They love both. They're checking
Right.
for you.
I
You
would
guys.
definitely say that they love both for sure. If you're black, they want you, period.
Facts. If you were, if Yao, Idris Elba type dude, style, skin tone, they're checking. If you're a Chris Brown looking mofo, they're checking. They're checking, you know. And I've done many streams on Vancouver on this channel. It's verified. We all come together, right? We all agree that it is a glitch in the matrix. While you're building up your skill set, take regular trips out there, meet women, establish connections, right? It's a different space out there, bruv. I'm not saying move there or live there. I'm telling you to experience. I mean, if you want to live there, cool. You know, I don't think it's, I think if you get a good IT job, you can manage there and live there in Vancouver. Take trips to South America, Central America, Japan, have a home base in Vancouver. It's definitely possible, bruv. So what do you want to do with your life? The power's in your hand, bro. The power's in your hand. So Mr. DM, I'm going to open up the phone lines in a bit, okay? Do you want to speak about things that I've missed out in terms of women, bad things in Vancouver that may happen to you or to a brother? Break it down for us, bro.
Okay, so I texted you, and it's one of those things where it's kind of funny, but it's kind of true at the same time. I texted you the other day, and I'm gonna type this in the chat. James Yeager's Hot Crazy Matrix: A Man's Guide to Women. And so basically, the x-axis was about how hot the women were, and the y-axis was about how crazy the women were. So I'm going to type in the chat and definitely check it out when you get a chance. But the main point that I want to make is that when you've dealt with a lot of women for a while, you can tell just before you really get to know them if they're crazy or not. But the thing about Vancouver is that it's very similar to Asia, where the women overall are so chill. As long as they're not the local Vancouverans that were born and raised there from the West, like because of the influx of foreign women there, they're chill, they're sane, they're down to earth. And if you want to go after women that are not crazy, go to Vancouver if you can't afford to go to Asia just yet.
Facts. Brother, let me ask this right, because I had a previous brother, shout out to Sean Uncle Meat, appreciate you, bro. He was on my channel, bro, okay? And he mentioned that white women in Vancouver are having a hard time dating there, right? Particularly Western Vancouver chicks. Why is that? Because they having a hard time because the men there are going after the foreign chicks. Brother, did you see, white women, get, just not having a good time dating there? Did you hear about that, brother?
Well, I noticed that when I was at the bar, both for the Christmas party as well as for Latin night, the only white girls that were getting play were either the Eastern European girls or the girls from Australia. So the white girls from other countries tend to get a lot more play than white girls that are born and raised in Vancouver. And the reason for that is because the most liberal aspects of Vancouver society are the universities. And so, because of the fact that these universities are teaching these white women from a young age to be third wave feminists, think that they're superior to men and stuff like that, it's not just the black guys that are going after these foreign women. It's not just the Asian guys going after these foreign women. White men are going after these foreign women too. So it was not uncommon at all to walk down the street. So I'm walking down Seymour Street, or I'm walking down Cambie Street, or I'm walking inside of Canada Place, and I see a white guy with an Asian lady, and they happen to be middle aged in their 40s.
Facts. Brother, white women, they can't compete out there. I've seen it. And I think the more men got to realize that white women ain't it. I'll keep it a stack. It's just not it, man. Do you agree or disagree, bro?
I happen to strongly agree, because if you go to Vancouver, focus on the Asian girls, number one, and the Spanish girls, number two. Don't waste your time with the white girls over there.
Facts. So who's on top of the dating market there, in Vancouver? What race of woman is dominating there, brother?
Okay, so I would have to say, from what I've seen, it's Chinese on the top, Chinese women on the top, followed by Filipinas, because those happen to be the two biggest populations of Asian women in Vancouver, and they tend to have at least 2 or 3 generations established there. So Chinese women, Filipino women, Japanese women are a strong number 3. Korean women are a strong number 4. Some Thai women over there, number 5. Thai/Vietnamese women over there, number 5. 6 would be Mexican women. 7 Colombian women. 8 Turkish women.
So, brother, how about we break down Chinese chicks, right? Because
Yes.
there's something not clicking between black men and Chinese women. I don't know what it is. I mean, black men or black people in general have not done anything to China or Chinese people. We weren't responsible for the colonization or the opium wars or the colonization of Hong Kong. We've been chill with them. So I don't know what's going on there between the relationship between, black men and Chinese women, and even black people and Chinese people in general. In Vancouver, brother, would you say that there's a lot of love between black men and Chinese chicks?
I would say that you can walk down the street and you can find a black guy with a Chinese chick, but the majority of the Chinese chicks I personally found, they tended to go after the white guys. So it was a lot more common to see black guys with Filipinas, with Japanese, with Koreans and Southeast Asians than you would with Chinese, but you would see some black guys with Chinese.
Okay, so I'm okay with that. In fact, I want this. I want all the white men to go for Chinese women, and I want all the Chinese women to go for white men in Vancouver. Leave the Japanese women and leave the Korean chicks for black men. That's cool with me. That's cool with me. I'm not really into Chinese chicks like that. I know how they move. I'm good on that. Some of y'all brothers are into that. That's cool. That's cool. But give me Japanese first and foremost when it comes to Asian chicks, East Asian specifically. Then give me Korean. I'm cool with that. I don't need a Chinese chick. Shout out to Mr. The Legend of Tensuke, right?
Ay, ay, ay.
No,
I need to brush up on my Japanese.
I don't know, bro. I don't know what that means. You might kind of for us in the chat, bro. That'd be great for us, Tensuke, and I'll read it out. Awesome, man. This is incredible. So, but how were you communicating with foreign chicks out there in Vancouver? Did you speak their language, or was it English? Did they know English? Did you communicate in English? Break it down for us.
So a lot of the chicks that, even if they're on the 1 year work visa, because my Turkish friend was on the 1 year work visa too, they have already taken English classes in their countries before they go to Vancouver. So that's another thing. That's another reason why you shouldn't be afraid, brothers, to approach foreign chicks in Vancouver, because there isn't going to be a language barrier like what you're afraid, like what if you're from the States, you might be afraid that there is, because they usually have taken a good couple of years of English since grade school to prepare for taking this trip to Vancouver. So they're already fluent in English by the time they get there. All of my friends that I mentioned, my Japanese friend, my Turkish friend, they were already fluent in my Filipino friend, they were already fluent in English before they came here.
Amazing. Amazing. Okay. All right. Let's open up the phone lines. I got you. It says here, I got you. It reads for. I got you. It reads for the coffee. Huh? I got you. It reads for the coffee. Okay, bro. Thanks for that, brother. I think, brother, he said he's got you on coffee, man. Awesome, bro. So now let's open up the phone lines. Let's get some callers in. And brother, any dangers to be aware out there? Any sort of safety issues that you spotted there?
I would say the biggest safety issue would have been to be careful of the Indian mafia, but they're not as powerful as they used to be. One more thing I wanted to add is the fact that a lot of Indian guys are trying so hard to be black, but it just doesn't work.
So is that what you saw?
I personally had an experience in which this Indian cat was going hard for this girl from Australia, but she could see that he was trying too hard and she just kind of soured on him. And I was just talking to her a little bit more. We took pictures together and I got her number. There's nothing like the real thing. Bottom line. That's all there is to it.
Facts. Was he saying the N-word?
No, he wasn't saying the N-word, but he was trying to dress like a black guy and have our swag. A lot of the Indian guys, they do try to copy our swag, but it just doesn't work.
Let me ask this then. So when you were in that bar, right, were they playing rap songs then?
So during Christmas night, they were playing rap songs and R&B songs, but during Latin night, it was all Latin songs.
Were they saying the N-word during the R&B and rap songs?
No, they were not. No, they were the clean version.
So they were singing the clean version there.
Exactly.
Even better. Fantastic. So, brother, any other nightlife spots you recommend apart from that bar and the Irish pub? Any sort of clubs or bars?
I know that Vancouver is a huge city. I know I didn't touch into all of the nightclub spots or bars that there are. I would just tell brothers to, don't be afraid to explore. And a common pickup line you can use with girls is, hey, I'm visiting from whatever place you're visiting from, New York, UK, whatever. I don't know my way around. Can you show me around? And if I had girls that were willing to dance with me and show me around, I know they'll do that for you guys too. Don't be afraid to code approach and ask them to be your tour guides. They would love to do it.
Did you use dating apps, brother? If so, what apps did you use? And was it successful on the dating apps or websites?
Okay. I did not use any dating apps whatsoever, but I strongly suggest for people who want to line something up in advance in Vancouver, you could use Tinder as well as Bumble, and then you can also use Filter Off. So those are the three that I would recommend using: Tinder, Bumble, Filter Off.
Amazing, amazing, fantastic. So let's open up the phone lines once again. Go on the Patreon to hear the not with this brother, but I've spoken about X-rated stories about what happens in Vancouver, how to get down in the bedroom. That's on the Patreon, and there's even more in-depth breakdown, 2 hours long, where we break down the spots to go to, where you can specifically find Japanese chicks, where you can specifically find Korean chicks, where you can specifically find Brazilian chicks, Ukrainian chicks. Check it out, man. You know, the Patreon will save you. Why you're not on the Patreon, I don't know, because I'm putting in work for you, brothers. Right? I uploaded 2 videos on the Patreon today. Show me some love, right, and get your mind right. Get the intel you needed, and go and join the Patreon right now and be a long-time, lifetime member. All your support is greatly appreciated. I don't earn much from this channel, okay? So anything that you can, right, do to support me, maybe get a t-shirt, maybe join the Patreon. Patreon, you know, is reasonable, you know? It has a lot of intel on there. Super chats, PayPal donations. Go on the Patreon, man. Right? Just join, bruv. Over 100 videos to keep you busy. You ain't gonna watch that all in one day. Probably not within 6 months. Might take you a year to finish it through. Stay on the Patreon and join the support IP, man. Doing this for almost 10 years now. Almost 10 years, right? Giving you brothers intel. Let me make it very clear, right? I did not jump on this bandwagon like anyone else did. In the last 2 years, a lot of creators jumped on this travel movement. I've been speaking about traveling, right, for almost 10 years now. Telling brothers, get your passport, get your passport, get your passport, get your passport. And now it's exploded within the last 2 years. So if you want to support an OG in this space, Patreon will be great, man. You know, donations will be great. PayPal will be great. Show me some support. That'd be greatly appreciated. And like the video too. That'd be greatly appreciated. So let me now get some callers in. Shout out to Dark Ronin, Patreon member, Superstar Mod. He knows what goes on in the Patreon, man. So let's get some callers in. Classic stream, bruv. Classic stream. DM. We did it again, bro. We did it again. But where are you traveling to this year, bruv?
So it's interesting how you asked me that question, because I just got done booking my round trip ticket from Manila to Kuala Lumpur. I'm going to celebrate Christmas and New Year's this year in Kuala Lumpur in December and January, but I'm going to add a plot twist to it. I'm going to have a stopover in Manila, because now that I'm a Spanish teacher, I want to explore the Spanish influence of the culture in Manila.
Oh, wow. So, probably you've booked that already, the flights? That early?
Yeah, I booked a round trip ticket from Manila to Kuala Lumpur. I just have to book my round trip ticket from Toronto to Manila.
You can book that early in advance in America, like a year ahead. Wow.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Interesting. Y'all Americans, y'all got it all, man. Y'all got it all, bruv. So use that privilege, use that status, use that wealth, you know, to, you know, live like kings abroad, man. Your dollars go far, your status goes far, you know. Do it, bruv. Achieve freedom. Achieve it. So, calling brothers, if you want to chime in, have any questions for our guest about Vancouver. If you can't call in, you must hit your questions in a super chat or PayPal donation. Okay, awesome. So, brother, best looking race of woman there in your opinion?
Oh, Jap, I would say, because I really love women that have that caramel complexion or that peanut butter complexion. So I would say Japanese are tied with Filipinas all the way.
Okay. What about women that had the best personalities there? What race of women?
Best personalities, Japanese.
Incredible. Why is that? Why Japanese?
Because they tended to be the most naturally feminine out of all the ethnicities, and they weren't trying to be competitive to guys or like trying to outman us. So, for example, the Japanese friend that I spoke to, as well as the Japanese girl that I met during my July trip to Vancouver, They both had very soft voices, very feminine, very submissive. They both either wanted to see me again or they were the first to text me, very excited to see me, and, you know, told me a lot of information about themselves. Like, and also of the different ethnicities, the Japanese women in Vancouver tend to be the hungriest for us too. So you got to take that into consideration.
Awesome, awesome. D Millie, turn your camera on in the background so I know you're not a troll, please. All right, thanks there, D Millie. Mr. Tony, yeah, you on, brother? Camera on or camera off? Is that okay? If camera on, is that okay, brother? Give me a thumbs up. Thumbs up, brother. Okay, let me bring in Tony in the background. Okay, what's going on, Tony?
Hey, what's going on? So I have a few questions because you had just answered one of my questions. So there are Japanese women in Vancouver, is what you had stated. So what about other Asian nationalities? Are there as many in Vancouver? And if there are they checking for brothers?
So there are women from Thailand and Vietnam in
Perfect.
Vancouver, and they are checking for brothers, but the population is not as big as the Filipinas and the Japanese.
Okay, so those are the two dominant groups, is what you're telling us.
The Japanese and the Filipinas, exactly.
All right, no, that's pretty much the only question I had. Thanks a lot.
Hey,
My
I remember you.
pleasure.
I remember you, Tony. You good? You good, brother? Tony.
Oh, I'm great. I'm great, man. I'm great. I'm
You
great.
was brother at Brazil, right? Brazilian girlfriend.
Yeah, it didn't work out. She started acting too much like a Westerner, so I told her, I warned her one time. I said, "You do this again, we're done." And she didn't believe me, so she messed around and found out. So there you go.
Sorry to hear
Awesome.
that.
It's
All right,
all
brother.
good. It's all
The,
good. I've been sucker free since the age of 3.
the,
You know.
the, the world is your oyster, bro. As you know, on the channel, pick your country, brother. Get out there, find your queen, London language as well. It's all good, bro.
Yeah, Vietnam's next on my list though. But y'all have a good evening. Y'all have a good night.
Take
Awesome.
care.
Tony, send me a DM on
Thanks a
Tony, yeah?
lot. Oh, thanks again. Thanks again for your time, guys. Thanks again.
Send me a
Of
DM
course,
on
yeah.
IG. Tony.
Oh, sure,
Touch
sure,
base.
sure. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I will.
Thank you, bro. And Happy New Year
Thank
to you
you.
too.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Go Ravens. Have a good.
Salute, bro. Shout out to Mr. Chosen. 1619 for the $199 super chat. Appreciate you, Chosen. Which race was the freakiest in the bed, bro? Obviously, brother, keep it PG. DM.
Okay. So I would still say I have my Malaysian girlfriend, so I have to say my Malaysian girl, but I know that after Malaysian, I would have to say Japanese for sure.
Go on the Patreon, brothers. Right, these Japanese chicks, they're beyond freaky, and it's broken down in the Patreon, and the Patreon will shock you as to just how naughty, nasty, X-rated, raw Japanese chicks get in the bedroom with passport bros, particularly a black man. I think when they deal with a black man, something just clicks with them in their brain, brothers. But go on the Patreon, and Dark Ronin will tell you. He will tell you, bruv, just how these Japanese chicks get down with brothers in the bedroom. It is beyond wild. Like the one I dropped last month, Dark Ronin, the one in December. I'm still reading for that, brother. I'm still reading from that intel. I'm like, this can't be real, bruv. I'm like, what? That's happening in Japan? They get down like that with a brother? On the Patreon, brothers, we can't speak about it on the YouTube for obvious reasons. Go on the Patreon. That's why I keep telling you, man, the Patreon got everything you need, man. The Patreon got everything you need, brothers. So awesome, man. Let's go on for another 25 minutes, bro. Wrap up.
Let's do it.
Brothers, call in. If y'all don't call in, I'm going to end the stream early. Okay. This is your time, to ask questions. This is your time, this is your time, brothers, to shine. This is your time to reminisce. like DJ Smooth and Nas. So incredible, bro. Wow, brother. Asian woman, right, brother. Many years ago, right, the average brother around me wasn't checking for Asian chicks like that. I don't know what's happened in the past 5 years, but Asian chicks have been on the mind of brothers I speak to. Um, why is that the case, bro? You know?
Well, I remember when I was growing up, Spanish girls were the rave. But the problem with a lot of Spanish women, unless you get them from the rural areas of South America, is that besides having tempers, they also are being heavily influenced by Western society. And so, this younger generation of Spanish women, if you don't get them directly from their countries, they're already westernized. So, but also Asia has the most submissive feminine women of all the continents. And this is the other reason why Asian women have been on our minds and hearts over the last 5 years or so.
Wow, incredible. I mean, I've got I've got a feeling, right? 30 years from now, 50 years from now, um, it's gonna explode, man. Um, Particularly if Africa and the Caribbean gets their ish together, right? Start making power moves. I think a lot of Asian chicks, even within the next 5 years, they want a brother. They're gonna want a brother. And that's why I want to get a lot of brothers into IT. I'm pushing IT heavy because if you're a professional brother, that makes it even easier for an Asian chick to go after you. Now, listen, right? Some Asian chicks check for brothers, but when you're not, serious about education, they can't bring you home to their parents, and that's a fair assessment there. They want you to be educated. They want you to, lead. They want to present you to their parents as a well-mannered man. So, IT brothers, man, get your mind right. Okay, look out for the Python course coming next month. More details to follow. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. You're gonna love it. I will announce more details in February on how you can join the Python course. Shout out to Mr. Pooh in the building. Shout out to Pooh. What's going on, bro? Happy New Year, brother. Happy New Year, Pooh. Shake my head, CL Smooth and Pete Rock, bro. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. That is true. Yep. The CL Smooth and Pete Rock, they reminisce over you. It's TROY. Classic song. Great beat. All-time legendary beat.
Took me back to elementary school. That was my favorite song in elementary school.
Damn. Amazing, man. All right, awesome. Thank you, Pooh. Appreciate you, brother. Happy New Year, bro. All right, man. So what's popping, brothers, man? We got over 100 people, right? You watching, but you're not typing, you're not supporting, you're not asking questions. I don't know, bruv. Right?
IP, can I add this just to maybe we could tickle the curiosity a little bit? So, guys, you can do, how in basketball, right? Let's say you're a team from the Eastern Conference, like the New York Knicks, and you have to do a 5-game road trip in the West, right? Vancouver is basically your last major city in North America before you enter Asia. So if you plan your trips accordingly, you can squeeze a trip to Vancouver on the way to Tokyo, let's say. You can squeeze a trip to Vancouver on the way to Thailand, let's say. You can squeeze a trip to Vancouver on the way to Vietnam. And I especially recommend if you have been dealing with these Western women for far too long and they really got your game down the dumps, before you go to Asia, go to Vancouver first and sharpen up your game. so that when you go to whatever part of Asia you want to go to afterwards, later on that week or later on that month, your game is in tip-top shape and there's nothing stopping you.
Facts. Let me put up a video of my channel. Hold on. Of me in Vancouver. How to get your flipping hack. Just hold on. Sorry, give me 1 second. Reviewed. Okay. All right. So let me go to let me go to my video. Hold on. Where is it? International Passport Clips. That's my other channel. International. It's cold up here in the UK, man. Get me out of here, brothers. Get me out of here, man. Flipping heck. Freezing up in this mofo. Shivering, man. Oh, all right. Let me pull it up. So here's me speaking Japanese in Vancouver. Hold on. International Passport, Vancouver, Japanese. Where's that clip? I have a lot of content. I have a lot of content. F it, man. I can't. It's too long. I should have prepared for it before the stream. F it. That rolling camera on in the background, please, bro. So I know you're not a troll. Ronin San. Do you hear me, Dark Ronin? Yes, you confirmed. Salute. Camera off, please, brother. Let me bring in Mr. Dark Ronin, superstar mod, all-time legend on this channel. What's going on, bruv?
What's good, brothers? How you guys doing?
Doing great.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hearing some amazing news about an intel on Vancouver, bro.
Yes, indeed,
Definitely.
bro. Fire away if you have any questions, bro.
Yeah, man. So, starting off, so can you have a rotation of females, or you have to deal with one female at a time? How does that work in Vancouver?
I think that you can have a rotation of females in Vancouver, but just like that proverb says, don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. So if you're smooth about it and you know how to play the game, it's very easy to have a rotation of females. No question about it. And the greater Vancouver area is very big in general. So you don't have to have your rotation all in Vancouver. You can have a couple in Vancouver, couple in Richmond, couple in Nanaimo, couple in Victoria, couple in Gastown and Granville. Mix it up a little bit. You can have a rotation, just don't be too obvious about it. That's all.
Okay, that's good. That's good. So, so with public events, festivals, concerts, are there those places great to meet Vancouver?
Yeah, I would definitely say that besides the two best times to go to Vancouver are in the summertime when they have all those festivals that you just spoke of, and then in the wintertime because they got the Christmas parties, the New Year's parties, and the Boxing Day parties. So either Christmas time or summertime, those are the two best times to go to Vancouver. And you can definitely meet them in those festivals outdoors.
Okay, so online dating versus cold approaching. How is it over there in Vancouver, and which one do you recommend for brothers?
I recommend give yourself the biggest advantage possible. So do both for sure. But if you have let's say you're at Canada Place Mall, which is a good place to cold approach. And let's say that there's a girl sitting next to you. Don't be afraid to approach her. Don't be afraid to say hi, because the ladies in Vancouver respond well to cold approaching. As long as they're a foreign chick, they come from cultures where the men are supposed to approach them. So if you approach them, they dig that. And then I also recommend any restaurant or any bar that has a hip hop night or a Latin night or an open or a karaoke night, take advantage of that because a lot of Asian girls love karaoke.
Oh, splendid, really good. Um, let's see. So competition. So how's the competition scene with the girls? Are they competing for you heavy? Do they get jealous when they see you with other girls? Like, are dimes versus dimes over there? They competing for you? How does that work over there, bro?
So I haven't seen women of the same friend group competing with one another, but I've seen mainly Asian chicks competing with Latina chicks over the brothers. Because that Latin night that I went to, you had basically um Asian chicks competing with Spanish chicks or with Eastern European chicks over the few brothers that you had in that party. So it's more like ethnicities competing over the brothers more so than it is individual women of the same ethnicity.
Oh wow. Okay, so last question is concerning the nightlife. So the nightlife scene, how let's see, is it true that if you go there, you're not at the end, you'll be how can I say, you won't you basically get taken by the chicks over there, like you get what I mean?
Right. So the thing about it is that if you're on top of your game and either you take the initiative or the hints that the girl gives you, you take advantage of that. Um, and you have a suitable hotel where you can take her, then yeah, you can do well for sure. You can get taken.
Okay, that's amazing. Any hidden spots that most brothers never heard about in Vancouver, or you listed all of them already?
So I think those two spots that I listed are hidden spots that wouldn't be the first spots that you would think about to meet girls. So I think like those are the two most hidden spots. The only thing that I would say is that um for the Cambie hostel and bar, it's good even though it's a good place to stay, it's better to just go to the bar to meet the girls there and then stay at a nice 2-star or 3-star hotel. Because think about it, if you meet a girl from Japan trying to start a new life for herself in Vancouver and you take her to a very nice hotel, it's probably going to be the first time that she stayed at a nice 3 or 4-star hotel. And you're gonna have a higher chance of being taken by her if you do that for sure.
Awesome. Hold that question there, Dark Warren. If you have any questions, maybe a new call in. Son June, can you turn your camera on in the background so I know not a troll, please? Why I do that? Shout out to Pooh. Thank you, bro, for the $5 super chat. Much appreciated, Pooh. Vancouver versus Tokyo. Can you compare them to each other when it comes to women? That is a great question. Do you want to go there first, DM?
Okay. I would say Tokyo all the way because Tokyo is the biggest city in area and population in the world after New York City. So definitely Tokyo would be better than Vancouver because however submissive the women are in Vancouver, in Tokyo, you're going to have a bigger population of Asian women and they're even more submissive because that's part of their culture.
Facts. I'm gonna go with Tokyo. Son June, turn your camera on in the background, please. So I know you're not a troll. You gotta get that done before I can bring you in, bro. Or it's not happening. Shout out, yeah. So yeah, I agree with Tokyo. Tokyo, a lot of people there. You get women from the countryside in Tokyo. Better vibes in Tokyo. You also have like foreign woman in Tokyo too. Bigger city, Tokyo without a doubt, bro. I put that over Vancouver. You can meet some stunning women in Tokyo, bruv. Like, oh my goodness, easy mode. As a clean cut brother, right? If you're a clean cut bro, and you have problems in Tokyo and Japan in general, I don't know what's happening there, man. You need to book a consultation with me ASAP. It's easy mode out there in Tokyo. Shout out to Mr. Omar Lovent. Thank you, bro, for the support. $5 super chat. Just tuning in, so excuse me if this was mentioned, but any great stories of Middle Eastern Persian women in Vancouver? They are beautiful women. You go first there, DM.
Okay, so I haven't seen Persian women in Vancouver. I'm not saying that they're there, but the Middle Eastern women I dealt with were Turkish. And I just contacted my Turkish friend a few days ago, and she was happy to hear from me.
Awesome. There's a huge Iranian, however you want to pronounce it, or Persian population in Vancouver. They are in the North Shore area, northern area.
That
of
was a
Vancouver.
part I didn't go. Okay.
So that part there, right? You got mainland Vancouver, and you take like some sort of sea bus, and it's really cool.
Yeah.
Right? You take it over to you take it over to what's it called? You take it over. What was I going to say? You take it over to North Shore. We call it North Shore, and the check-in, man. Because I was there, right? I was actually on the sea bus, right? And I kept noticing this Iranian chick give me heavy chews and signals. She was pretty too. Kept looking at me, looking away, and for my intel on the Patreon, Iranian chicks are going crazy over black men in Vancouver. They're gonna want you, brothers, and they'll be angry if you picking Asian chicks over them. They want a brother that bad. They want a brother that bad. So yeah. So let me ask this DM, right? That
Yeah.
Turkish chick, right? Red flag if she's dancing with other dudes and she got a boyfriend. Wouldn't you agree?
Mm-hmm. Definitely, for sure. That's why I didn't really do anything with her after that. I just kept it as a friend and keep it a stack.
Is she Westernized or was she born in
She has that 1 year work visa. So she just recently immigrated to Canada from Turkey. And she is trying to save up enough money in order to extend her visa. But she was telling me, as hard as it's been for her to find a steady, regular job, there was a chance that she would have to either before the 1 year expires, move to Edmonton or Calgary where there's more jobs available, and on top of that the rent is cheaper, or she would have to go back to Turkey when that visa expires in a year.
Oh wow. Shout out to I put you on timeout there. I don't know what you're on there, but you're clearly a troll, so keep it moving. Shout out to Mr. Dark Dissident for the $5 super chat. Appreciate you, bro. Former Python student, doing incredibly well right now. Has successfully applied what he learned in my course to his IT career. He's killing it right now in IT. Dark Dissident. I'm so happy, right, that when my former students in Python, when my former dudes that book consultations with me are killing it right, or doing very well right now in IT, it brings me a lot of joy, immense joy. Shout out to Taxmaster DFW for the $20 super chat. Appreciate you, bro. I know a lot of Filipino women travel to Canada to work and eventually make their way to the US because immigration is easier from Canada than from the Philippines. I'm bringing my Filipino woman from Japan to the US. No, bro, don't do it. Don't bring it to the West, bro. Don't do it, bro. No. Tax, why are you doing that, bro? Move out there to Japan, bro. Don't bring her to the Matrix, bro. No. Would you agree or disagree, DM?
You said it better than I could. I mean, it's your final decision, tax master, but the cost of living in Japan is a lot cheaper than the cost of living in the US. And the thing about it is that Vancouver is the only area of the West where she will preserve her Filipina / Japanese culture. If you bring her to the US, like in the Woodside section of New York City, you have plenty of Filipino women. I didn't deal with them because they were just as influenced by the West as any black woman that you deal with in New York City. I don't deal with Filipino women in the States. I'd rather go to the Philippines.
Facts, absolute facts. DFW, tell us why in the chat you're bringing her to the States, bro. We're telling you to keep her in Japan, and you move over to Japan, bro. And there's opportunities for brothers to work in Japan in 2024. Awesome. Son June, camera on in the background. I'm not bringing you on, bro. You got to turn your camera on in the background, so I know you're not a troll, but you ain't coming on, bro. I can't see you, bro. I can't see you, bruv. It's all blurred out, bruv. I gotta know you're human. Nah, bruv. Hey, you're dodgy, man. Get out of here, bruv. You're dodgy. Bye, man. Nah, bruv. Dodgy as hell. Nah, it's not happening, bruv. So brothers, call in if you want to chime in. We're down to our last 10 minutes, or send your question in the super chat or PayPal. Dart Ronin, you got any questions, bro, or statements?
Yeah. Did he come across any Indian chicks over there?
I did meet an Indian chick, but she wasn't the best looking, so it was like, whatever. I mean, the thing is, you do have some beautiful Indian women in Vancouver, but I would say they got nothing on the Japanese and the Filipina women there. That's just my personal opinion.
Okay. So so you've been to Montreal, right?
Oh, that's my favorite. That used to be my favorite Canadian city to go to before I started going to Vancouver. But yeah, Montreal is the best.
Okay, so Montreal versus Vancouver. Who wins?
I would say if you're into Asian women as well as women that are more feminine and submissive, definitely Vancouver. Because the thing about women from Montreal is that they're just a bus ride away from New York City. So even though they're friendly, they're heavy into black guys, and they love that hip hop culture, all they have to do is take the bus to Boston or take the bus to New York City, and then they can get that negative westernized culture and bring it back to Montreal. That's the only downside to Montreal. They're so close to the American East Coast. Whereas with Vancouver, yes, you're close to Washington State, to Seattle, basically, but it's basically the gateway to Asia. So you're a lot closer to the traditional cultures of Asia.
Do we gotta do a stream on Montreal, brother, in the future this year?
I think that we can definitely do a modernized stream on Montreal, at least to include the do's and the don'ts. We can definitely do that this year.
Okay, and maybe we might do a Vancouver versus Montreal stream.
Let's
I'll be in
do
touch,
it,
bro. I'll be
Let's
in touch.
do it.
Awesome.
Yes,
Shout out to, yeah, that's it. Okay, so let me bring in Mr. Rimmel. Is that you? Can you turn your camera on in the background, please? Yep. Salutes, Rimmel. That's you. Camera off, please, brother. Hamburgers on point. Strong work, but I told you, man. So we got American football abroad who's out there in Germany right now, Hamburg. I put Hamburg on the map. I put Hamburg on the map for brothers.
Facts.
You know, now he's seeing just how he's getting treated in Hamburg, bruv. American football abroad, they're checking for you, bro. They should be. If they ain't checking for you, brother, I don't know, bruv. They should be checking for you 100% free, 65 days, 24/7, bruv. Now you're making me miss Hamburg, bro. Flipping heck, bruv. Hamburg is an awesome city, man. They're checking heavy. Middle Eastern chicks, white chicks, half black, half white chicks. On that note, before I bring in Ramel, Mr. DM, did you see any, mixed race chicks, half black, half white, half Asian, half white, whatever?
I saw the majority of the mixed chicks that I saw were half Asian, half white, mostly half Chinese, half white. I did see one girl that was half black, half white, and like she would say hi to me the 2 times that I passed by her on the street, but I wasn't feeling her like that because I could tell by her vibe that she was very westernized. Born and raised in Vancouver.
Avoid. So did you see the half white, half Asian chicks with a brother?
I didn't see them with a brother, let's say. They tended to go more after the white guys because they tended to be half Chinese, half white.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. So let me bring in Mr. Ramel in the background. Let's go. What's going on, Ramel? How you doing, brother?
Hey, what's going on, IP, DM, salute.
Ramel, how you doing?
Bro, I'm fantastic. I've got the best news this week.
I want to hear it. What's going on?
Okay, go on, bro.
IP, so I just negotiated with my workplace. I'm fully remote, no need to go in the office again, and I've just booked my ticket to go to Thailand, bro. I'm gonna move out there for a few months.
What?
Excellent. Excellent. Felicitaciones. Congratulations.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Well done, bro. How did you negotiate that, brother? I'm guessing you from what I know, you were working very hard, bro. Was that a factor in that negotiation, bro?
Yeah, I'll make it short because I don't want to distract from the stream, but I've just been working hard. I've been putting myself forward to lead a couple projects, and yeah, long story short, I had a review with my manager last week. I just put all my case forward, all the projects I've been working on, and they just loved me. And I said, look, guys, this whole coming in the office thing, I'm going to different cities, the offices in a different city. And they said, you know what, Ramel, you've been working hard. We decided, you know what, go fully remote, just stay at home. So as soon as I heard that, I booked a flight. I landed in Phuket in March.
Let's go, bro. Would they know that you're going to be abroad?
Nah, they don't know, but I've got that sorted.
Don't let your left hand know what your right hand's doing. Good job applying that proverb. Well played, Ramel. Well played.
Respect,
stuff,
brother.
bro.
Respect, man. But yes, DM, man. Big up, man. Oh, IP, DM, man. He's a good brother, man. This guy has been giving me so much of his time, messaging me on Instagram, giving me intel. This is my brother right here.
I was messaging him when I was in Vancouver, and I was telling him I missed my flight. My girlfriend's going to be so mad at me, but I got to try and make the best out of this trip to Vancouver somehow. And look, we're talking about it on the live stream a couple weeks later.
Yes, I got a couple questions for you, brother. Sorry, I missed most of it, so I'm going to hope.
No, that's okay. Bring it on. Bring it on, man. Bring it on.
Bro, as soon as I heard Vancouver Asian women, my spidey senses started tingling. I had to jump on. So, brother, I wanted to ask though. It's no surprise. I love Asian women, Korean, Japanese, Chinese. I don't discriminate. I like them all. But it's Canada though, brother. Tell me, how different is it from the US? Aren't they westernized over there in Canada and super feminist, or have I got it completely wrong?
Okay, so the reason, and I do want to do that stream between Vancouver versus Montreal. I think it will be a banger if we do that. But the advantage of Vancouver is that when Asian women want to come to Canada, they want to come to Canada because they're not able to go to the US for some reason. Now, when they want to come to Canada, Vancouver is going to be the easiest spot for them to get to, especially from China, especially from Japan, especially from Philippines. And the thing about it is that you can get a flight from Vancouver to Tokyo or from Tokyo to Vancouver through several airlines. It's not that hard at all. So I think that the advantage that Vancouver has over other Canadian cities is, as far as the women being feminine and submissive, is that a lot of the women have only lived in Vancouver for less than 5 years on average. A lot of women in Vancouver are on that 1-year visa. And if they extended the visa, they did it barely, or they had to go back to their countries and then they had to come back on another 1-year visa. And because of the fact that they're always going back home to visit their families, and Canada is better than the States in which they don't have a melting pot culture. They encourage multiculturalism. So they encourage the diversity of cultures.
Okay, so you're saying the cheat code with Vancouver is the fact that they're not, let's say, second, third, fourth generation there. They come straight from their home country. So that's why they still kept their feminine ways rather than getting subdued in the Canadian or Western culture. It's the length of time that they've been there.
Exactly. So if they are women that have lived in Vancouver 5 years or less, those are the women you want to stick to. If they've lived in Vancouver for more than 5 years, more likely than not, they're going to be a little bit more westernized.
Okay, interesting. And one final question from me, brother. I'm just gonna ask. I'm not too sure. From my impression, Canadians just seem like a much friendlier, nicer version of Americans. No disrespect to my American brothers, but Canadians just seem friendlier and easier to approach. What was
No
your
doubt about
experience
it.
with the Vancouver women? Like, in terms of cold approaching, do you get attitude or are they open to it? Even whether it's getting the number or a rejection, just what's the overall attitude of the women there in general? Are they friendly? Are they open to like having conversation? How is it in terms of approaching women in Vancouver, especially the Asian ones?
Yeah. I did code approaching works a lot better in Vancouver than it does in Toronto. The reason being is because a lot of these Asian women are used to guys code approaching them in their respective countries. In fact, they feel that if a man code approaches them, that's sexy to them. They're used to that. And so if you code approach an Asian chick, especially in Vancouver, they're not going to look at you like you're creepy or anything like that. They dig that actually. And you have a higher chance at the number if you make the first move versus if they make the first move.
Interesting. All right, respect. Well, that's all from me, man. Thank you, brothers, man.
Always a pleasure, Ramel. You know it.
Thank you, Ramel. Good to hear you. Good to hear your voice again, Ramel. All the best and well done for negotiating very well, brother. Awesome, man. Ramel, IT, bro. Cleaning in IT. Well done, bro.
Respect.
I'll call you. I'll call you this weekend.
Cool. I look forward to it, brother. Take care, guys.
Take it easy, bruv. See you, Ramel. Thank you, brother. So, brothers, okay. So let's go on for. Okay, no, we're at the 12 mark. Okay, I think you ain't gonna call in. We're gonna wrap it up. So let's give it 5 more minutes and we'll wrap it up. DM. So
all right, 5 more minutes sounds good.
Okay, Dart Ronnie, any last questions, brother, or statements?
My last question is, pretty much it's going to be a versus again, but what's the difference you notice from Vancouver from Toronto?
Okay. The thing about Toronto is that it's the biggest city in Canada. It's basically the New York City of Canada. So because it's so overcrowded, code approaching does not work in Toronto. You have to do the dating apps. And of the three cities, Vancouver, Toronto, and Montreal, Toronto tends to be the most westernized because of the fact that it doesn't have that French influence like Montreal has, and it does not have that Asian influence or that proximity to Asia like Vancouver has. In fact, with Toronto, you can just take a bus and you're in Buffalo, where I live, in 2 hours. So Toronto is not really worth it. In fact, I tried code approaching one or a couple of women in Toronto, and they'll just ignore you the same way they will in New York City. But if you're on a dating app, they'll respond to you. So you're better off in Vancouver, number one, Montreal, number two, when it comes to Canadian cities.
Okay. Interesting. Shout out to Pooh. He says here for the $2 super chat. Shout out to Pooh. First time in support tonight. Thank you very much, Pooh. It means a lot to me, brother. Thank you so very much. I guess I'm locking down Swan without Ramel. Oh, damn. Hey.
Oh, wow.
So Pooh, you got Swan all to yourself. Interesting, bro. So Ramel chose Thailand. So Pooh is now the king of South Korea. You know, we had two kings of South Korea on this channel, Ramel and Pooh. Ramel, who came on the channel last year and gave us classic live streams on China and South Korea on the Patreon on YouTube, definitely was a king out there in South Korea. Pooh came on the channel as well, told us all about his time in South Korea, or his time currently in South Korea. So I guess you're the king out there in South Korea, Mr. Pooh. Ramel will be doing his own thing in Thailand. Interesting. Okay. I am. Oh, okay. Marigold 808. Do you wanna call in? I mean, feel free to call in, Marigold. We want to bring in more women on here.
Let's do it.
Let's do it, Marigold. So Marigold, I posted a link on the live stream chat, Marigold. I'd love to hear your opinion about what's it like as a Korean woman dating a black man. Call in, Marigold. That'd be great. That'd be awesome. Call in. We are a happy family on this channel. We definitely want to hear more foreign women voices on this channel, Marigold. And yes, so call in, Marigold. Please. We want to definitely hear from you. Okay. Let us know. Keep us updated in the chat, Marigold. Call in. Look at that. I am in the middle of a workout. Okay, Marigold, send me a DM on IG, please. I'd love to bring you and your boyfriend on the channel, Marigold. So here is my Instagram, Marigold. Please send me a message on Instagram, Marigold. I want to get you on the channel by yourself or with your boyfriend. That'd be awesome. But let's touch base and let's plan something, please. Because I want to show the world that, So Marigold, I wanna get more Asian women and black men together. Do you agree on the live stream chat, Marigold? Do you want to see more Korean women with black men? Let me know in the chat, Marigold. Do you want to see more Korean women with black men? You know, I want to see 1 million black men with Korean women, Marigold, this year. Is that possible? Let me know. This is awesome, man. Oh, I'm so happy, bruv. Shout out to Mr. American Football Abroad for the $10 super chat. Thank you, bro. Thank you very much, man. Salute. Thank you, bro. Look at you out there, brother, in Hamburg, doing very well, brother. And having a great time. Awesome, bro. American football, bro. We got to do Kosovo, Slovenia ASAP, bro. I'm waiting, bro. I'm patient, bro. I'm waiting, brother. We need that intel for the brothers, bro. Please. But have a great time in Hamburg. And of course, get you on the channel to share your Hamburg experience, which I know will be fantastic. Awesome. So look at that, man. A Korean woman, brothers, we got 99 people watching right now. A Korean woman has just said right now, I want to see more black men with Korean women. I would love to see more of it.
She
What does
wants
that
that
tell you?
chocolate.
What does that tell you, man? Korean women are a little shy, but we love black men. Marigold, I don't know, like, are you sure? Like, where do we go to in South Korea? Where are the best places in South Korea, Marigold, for black men to meet South Korean women that like black men? So where in South Korea do South Korean women love black men? Is it Seoul? Is it Busan? Is it Suwon? Um, you sure? Okay, that's good. Okay, they're a little shy, but we love black men. Okay. Um, but I feel like Korean women have to give out more choosing signals. Okay. Show us some love. Look at us. Look at us, look away, smile at us a bit, come closer to us. We don't bite, I want to see 1 million black men with South Korean chicks right now, then. Damn. Let's go, man. Marigold, I'm looking forward to touching base with you on IG, and let's get you on the channel for an interview in the future. This is awesome, man. They're checking. Passport Bros winning worldwide. Awesome. Too many options, man. And that's why I'm saying, brothers, get your passport, get into IT, start moving abroad. Ramel just gave the gospel to you, brothers. He's full-time remote now. But his trip to Thailand will be living there, working abroad in Thailand. He's an IT bro, and he's a former Python student of mine. Great student. He killed it in the class. Okay, he put a consultation with me. Okay, I went through his CV. Right, gave him a ton of points. Do that. Do this. Use your background to do this. 2 months later, he gets his first job in IT. I'm putting in work for you, brothers, man. I really am. I am putting in work for you, brothers. Now, 2024, Ramel is fully remote in IT. Make sure you get onto my upcoming Python course, man, because I guarantee you it will fill up quickly. That's coming very soon. Because we're not playing no games up on this mofo, bruv. We're not. We're making big moves. Crypto, IT. Flipping heck, bruv. We ain't playing, bruv. Flipping heck. Look at this. Look at that. IP put Hamburg on the map. Look at this. Shout out to American Football Abroad for the $10 super chat. LOL. Here in Hamburg, they are checking heavy. If you are dressed to impress, just go to meetups and dance classes. You're good. What did I tell you, brothers, right? This is why, right? I'm pressing 1 in the chat if you agree. I'm the best Passport Bro channel because I tell you the truth. I tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly. Remember when I said that I had a bad time in South Korea? I poured my heart in that stream, right? I didn't tell a single lie. It just didn't go right for me. And I told you the truth. Other people will cap. They would sugarcoat their experience. Not me. Notice how that in the past where I have brought on people where they said to me they had a bad time in a particular country. I brought them on. Last month it was China, right? A couple months ago it was Greece. I'm here to tell the truth, man. And I've been telling brothers, Hamburg is a spot for brothers. You saw me interview women in Hamburg. You saw me cold approach chicks. You saw me dance in the club in Hamburg. Actually, let me pull that up real quick. Actually, if I
That's
can.
one of my favorite videos of you, by the way, IP, when you were dancing at that electro club.
Oh, bro, that was a classic, man.
Fire, bro.
Oh, that was flames. The way you saw me cold approach those 3 chicks. Asked them, is that the club? They're like, yeah. Where you from? I'm from the UK. They said they're from Germany. Cool. We go inside. and the vibes was incredible, right? One chick kept trying to talk to me. She had a boyfriend. I told her, listen, it's not happening. I moved away from her quickly because I don't want that smoke. I'm here to have a good time. I'm not here to, beef with a guy over a chick. Leave me alone. Let me dance. Let me record. Let me vibe. That was a classic scene. And that was in Hamburg. So what is it, bruv? What is it? So I may have to drop more Hamburg videos on this channel because I've got a lot of Hamburg clips, a lot of Vancouver clips, a lot of Japan clips, Korea clips. I'm gonna drop a vlog here and there, but go on International Passport Clips, right? If you want to see full-on vlogs, okay? Because we're not playing games here, man. I keep telling you, brothers, IT. Get your passport, get your passport. So go and subscribe to International Passport Clips, my other channel. I may drop some Hamburg vlogs on there real soon. Awesome, bruv, man. Classic live stream, bruv. So I'm having a great time. But obviously I'm conscious of DM's time. DM, how long can you stay on longer, bro?
I can stay on as long as you stay on.
Okay. Oh, I'm enjoying this stream, man. We got a brother out in Hamburg having a great time. We got a South Korean chick that joined us that says that, South Korean chicks like black men, but they're shy. This is awesome. How does that make you feel, Dark Rolling? Oh, hold on, bro. Hold on. Hong Kong was awesome. Clint Porte, are you a brother? Reach out to me, bro. ASAP.
I want to hear more about this.
I want to hear more. Yeah, same, bro. Here's my IG, bro. Definitely mean Hong Kong is awesome, bro. Flipping heck. DM me on IG, bro. Let's get that stream cracking, man. Let's get that stream cracking ASAP. Hong Kong was awesome. They check for brothers in Hong Kong? Let me know right now, Clint Porte. Are they checking for brothers in Hong Kong, the woman? Send me a DM on IG, brother. Clint Porte. Just send me a DM. I'll get back to you. And why you do that, bro? Hong Kong woman checking heavy for brothers. Flipping heck. If you say yes, bro, I may book that flight, bruv. Because Hong Kong chicks are cute. They flames. Shout out to Mr. Ramel in the building. Shout out to you, bro, for the $499 super chat. I'll be fighting in Hamburg and Nuremberg, Germany. Hey, bro, I know you're gonna kill it out there, bro. And I know you're gonna do out there in Hamburg, bro. We gonna need that stream, bro, before you go to Thailand, bro. Before I go to Thailand, got a BBJ, that's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu competition there. I'll drop intel soon. Look at that, man. Appreciate you, Ramel. Thank you very much, bro. Awesome, man. Awesome. Wow, incredible. IT bro Ramel, doing good, living life, happy, living his best life, and he's only gonna get even better for Ramel. He's gonna earn more money, have more opportunities, meet the woman of his dreams, etc., do well. I'm super happy for Ramel, man. Salute Ramel. Keep vibing, bro. Don't stop, bro. Get those certs. Keep studying, bro. Get the experience. Get the money. Get everything, brother. You need to be the top of your game, brother, in every single part of your life, bro. I'm rooting for you, bro. Salute to Ramel. Awesome. Go on, Dark Ronin.
Yeah, man. I'm feeling great, bro. This is amazing. This amazing intel this brother bring to all of us on Vancouver. It's been splendid. The block is hot for Germany, man. Like next year, man, it's about to turn up there, bro. Like a lot of brothers are going there, bro. It's lit. So summer of Germany and fall is gonna move.
It's gonna be a movie, bro. It's gonna be an Oscar-winning movie. Sir. It's gonna be on that, IMAX screen, bro.
They need to do a movie in Vancouver, and it needs to be about the passport bros.
Passport bros winning, man. Yeah, Germany's a movie. I should have went Germany last year. I had plans to, but it fell through. I got really busy. But we shall see. Don't worry, brothers. IP got some plans for this year. Still working these plans out, but it'll come soon. Soon come.
IP, can I announce some good news?
Please do.
So when I left Vancouver, I took a flight to Tokyo, and then I took my transfer flight from Tokyo to Kuala Lumpur. And Malaysia and I found out about this as soon as I arrived in the KLIA airport in Malaysia. Malaysia just announced that they have a digital nomad visa.
Amazing.
So an extra option in Asia for us passport bros.
Incredible. Let's go. Let's go. Amazing. We winning, man. We winning.
We're
Without a doubt.
champions.
We champions, man.
Big W's.
Big W's.
The abundance mindset.
Facts. A whole lot of W's in this mofo. A whole lot of
Champions.
W's.
Sir.
Yo, this coin. I might reach out to you, Dr. Ronan, real quick, brother. There's a coin that I think might pop off, man, based on the intel given to me by brother. I'll message you, brother. Where is it? So Clint Port. My IG is here, bro. Brothers, crypto, man. Crypto is be getting some crypto now before the halving. Please do so, bit by bit, month by month. Now, between now to April is a very unique time. Ain't that right, Dark Ninja?
Yes, sir. I would say further, but yeah, you're right, bro. Once you get your profits, don't use it on these Western chicks, brothers. Use it for the right reasons. Make sure to invest into the right projects, AI coins, gaming coins, even coins that are connected to bigger coins, like what happened with Solana and Coin. So you want to get your head on the game. You want to focus on having diamond hands and holding on to your coins. Make sure your cryptos are secure and in a cold wallet where it should be, and you Gucci.
Absolutely, man. Just be patient. Be patient. Have a plan. There'll be more crypto streams coming very soon. We're working on that. I hope you enjoyed the crypto stream last month or earlier this year. Take notes, man. I'm giving you value here because we want the best for brothers. All right. Shout out to Mr. The Jughead one for the £5 super chat. We got a UK brother in the chat. Salute to UK brothers. Vancouver is great for black men. Every time I go out there, the women are fantastic. Love and respect from the UK brothers. Thank you, bro, for the support. The Jughead, can you reach out to me on IG as well, brother? Love to touch base with a fellow UK brother ASAP, and let's get you on the channel, bro, for a stream about your time as a UK brother in Vancouver. That'll be great, brother. Thank you, the Jughead. Appreciate you, bro. UK brothers in the building. Shout out to Mr. Arthro Strobes for the $5 super chat. Love the stream. Thank you, Mr. Arthro Strobes. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, brother, for the support, man. Just gonna keep giving you value, brothers. Gonna keep giving you value upon value upon value. So DM.Ronan, feel free to drop up any point. I'm going for maybe 15, 20 more minutes. I'm enjoying the stream. With great vibes here. So don't feel pressure to stay here, brothers. I'm all about freedom of speech, freedom of movement. So feel free, brother, anytime you want to leave, brothers. You want to chime in anything else, DM or .Ronan?
So I definitely mentioned that if you go to, especially if you're going to Asia for the first time, definitely the other good thing about Vancouver is that you're next to those beautiful mountains. So let's say that you're about to take your first trip to Asia, definitely do a stop in Vancouver so that you can just take that negativity from the West and just get it off your system. Take a couple of days to go to Whistler Mountain, study the nature, get as serene as possible so that when you're code approaching those dimes in Vancouver, you can have the highest success rate possible.
Amazing. Wow. Incredible. Let me give my opinion or my experience briefly. I think I did my Vancouver stream over a year ago. And let me post in the chat if I can find it. I love Vancouver. I really do. Aside from the women, the whole architecture is beautiful. Like, walking down the street, you know, the it looks like Tokyo initially. Like, would you agree, DM?
I would say it's a nice combination of Seattle with Tokyo.
Mm,
If they had a baby, it would be Vancouver indeed.
facts. Um, yeah, it's just like seeing that. It's just like like walking through the mall, having I miss Tim Hortons, man. I really do, because I love the donuts there and I love the sandwiches there from Tim Hortons. I had that almost every day, bruv. In the morning, got my sandwiches there from Tim Hortons, and it was tasty, bruv. Like, just sitting down in Tim Hortons on my laptop, looking at some IT stuff, you know, brothers, man. Like, this is it, bruv. This is it. I was just, it was like being in the movie, in a dream. Like,
Can a city like this actually exist? Like, the number one question that I had for myself when I was in Vancouver, especially given its proximity to Seattle, and the fact that you have people from Portland, Oregon that visit Vancouver all the time. In fact, at Latin Night, I met a girl and her boyfriend that were at Latin Night, and they drove with a bunch of friends from Portland, Oregon. But the question I have for myself, psychologically and emotionally, when I was in Vancouver, am I still in North America? Is this really North America? Because it doesn't feel like it. You know that it is, but the culture is more similar to Asia than it is North America. And that's part of that glitch in the system.
Facts, absolute facts. Did you go to that virtual reality spot where it shows you the history of Canada? Brother, oh my goodness.
Was that inside of the Space Needle building?
I think so. So you buy a ticket, right? And then you go into this place.
Okay.
You put the seatbelt on, and there's passport on. They try to make it as real as possible, right? So you're in the sky, you're looking down, you're seeing horses ride. There's best water on your face. You move around. Oh my goodness, brothers, you gotta hit up Vancouver, man. You gotta hit it up. I also went to like this big park as well in Vancouver, and I did like a tour on a horse tour. Got some content there. Brothers, start traveling, man. Traveling.
You rode on horseback. Wow.
No, I didn't ride it, but I was on the So obviously, there's someone rides a horse. I'm in the background, just sitting down. I'm looking around. The long trees. Obviously, Canada has a history about the indigenous people, Native Americans, and seeing that, the history there, the long trees. This Canada's pretty big, bro. One of the biggest countries on earth. So there are some parts where you can't live there. It's a long tree, they can't cut it down. So looking at that and just taking pictures, embrace myself in the culture was amazing, bro. Damn, this is it, bruv. This is it.
That's one of the things I loved about Vancouver, how they have those Native American sculptures.
Yeah, yes, indeed. It's they can't cut it down because I think for oxygen purposes, and there's some parts in Vancouver that you can't live there because humans can't live there. A lot of animals there, wild animals. I saw some animals there in the forest. They want to attack you, but you go in their home, they won't smoke. So, bruv, yeah. Tim Hortons, I miss Tim Hortons, man.
I need to tell you about this Bailey's coffee that only the Tim Hortons in Vancouver has. So it's not like alcoholic Bailey's, but if you go to any Tim Hortons in Vancouver, they had, for the Christmas season, they had Bailey's flavored cream that they
Ooh.
put in the coffee. And I had that coffee religiously every day.
Baileys. What? So Baileys, the actual alcoholic drink, but non-alcoholic I can see online. But that flavor in latte or cappuccino?
Amazing. You can have it in a latte, you can have it in a cappuccino, or you can have it in a regular hot coffee.
And amazing, bro. And this is the thing about traveling, right? It's the food you can eat. It's the restaurants you can tour. It's the it's the drinks you can have. Like when I was in South Korea a couple of weeks ago, I had the most amazing pasta. Right in South Korea, it was splendid. Like pasta with some beef on there and some tomato sauce. I was like, yo, this passport bro ish is forever, man. This passport bro ish is forever. Shout out to Mr. the Jughead one for the £10 super chat. UK brothers coming through, man. Appreciate the support, brother. I am currently at work, passport bro, but I will definitely come on your live stream soon. I love the women, the people, the community. I love Jericho Beach and Kitsilano. Love and respect, brothers. Yes, brother, Kitsilano. Did you go there, DM?
No, this is the first time I heard of Kitsilano. Where is that?
That's in Vancouver. That's a spot in Vancouver. I think it's a beach as well. Kitsilano, Kitsilano.
So I'll have to do a summer trip to go there because when I went there in December, it was cold, very windy too.
So you went there during the summertime, right?
I went there during the summertime, but only for one day. So I only hung downtown because I was on a layover going back to Toronto from Malaysia. But this trip that I took in December, I was able to stay longer for a week.
I went there during autumn, bro.
Okay, so you've seen the beaches, right? So how is the view?
Amazing view. Beautiful woman. Great beach. It's a city and it's a beach as well. Kitsilano. I went there. Yeah, it was awesome. I'm a bit upset that I missed summertime just by a couple of days, but I think Vancouver in the summer is a dream. I wouldn't go there in the winter; it's too cold. But if you're an international passport bro, right, and you got a base in, let's say, a Western country like America, right, you can be making trips there regularly in the summertime, or you can be remote working there for 1 month in the summer, gain connections, meet women. I mean, brothers, man, this is why I keep telling you IT. Jughead, keep working on becoming a passport bro. Again, reach out to me on IG, brother. We want to touch base with you about your time in Vancouver. But yeah, and they love the UK brothers. They love the accent. They love it. They love it. They really do. There isn't a lot of UK brothers around the world. There's around 20 million Black American men. There's only 800,000. There's only like 200,000 Black men. 200,000 UK Black men. So we're very rare. So when they hear my accent, okay, and they're like, "What? A Black guy with that accent? Where's he from?" It's game over. Go on, bruv.
Yeah, and then so one thing that it's all coming back to me now. So in Canada Place, they have Tim Hortons, they have McDonald's, and then they have like an Indian restaurant. Then they have like a Japanese sushi place, and then they have a Thai restaurant, and then they have a Vietnamese restaurant. So that place, that food court was almost always filled.
Damn. And where's that food mall? Where's that specifically?
This is inside Canada Place. So if you walk down Granville Avenue, which is like the main thoroughfare in downtown Vancouver, you're gonna see where that big wharf where the boats are docked, and then it's a big sign, Canada Place Mall, and the food court is downstairs in the basement. You got all those Asian restaurants competing with one another in that food court.
Oh, so the food is gonna be great, right? Who has the best food? Who has the best taste? Amazing.
Exactly.
There is one. There's a spot, right? I can't remember the name. Um, it's a spot where women only go there to meet brothers. Women only go there to meet brothers. If you're not a brother, don't go there. They're gonna ignore you, right? Yeah, it's on the Patreon, and I spoke to a brother about that as well. They're only going there to meet brothers. You can do very well in Vancouver, right? Based on how you navigate out there, because the Asian culture counterbalances the whole Western degeneracy, right? There's a lot of Chinese people there, a lot of Hong Kong people there, Taiwanese, Japanese, South Koreans. It's basically Asia town. I'll keep it a stack. So your brother, you're clean cut, you may know Japanese, Korean, start spitting game. It's a wrap. Now for me, how would I navigate Vancouver? Again, I'm in IT. Hope you brothers get into IT in the future as well. Okay. Probably spend a month of summertime in Vancouver. 5 weeks maybe, just summertime vibes, working remotely there, meeting people, meeting women, eating good food, being in Tim Hortons every day. Brothers, Tim Hortons, I dream about that every day, brothers. I really do. I miss
For
it.
me, it was twice a day I had to go to Tim Hortons. I'm not gonna lie.
What were you buying twice a day, brother?
That Bailey's coffee.
Damn.
You can meet some good dimes at Tim Hortons or any coffee shop too.
Do you think they're approachable in Tim Hortons, the women in Vancouver?
As long as they're foreign, yes.
So how would you spot a Western chick in overall without her accent?
Without listening to her accent, it definitely has to be the lack of excitement, because one of the things I notice is that the Asian women that are not from Vancouver, they're happy to be there. So they have this, as they say in Montreal, joie de vivre, this joy of life, and you can see it in their eyes. So the way that you can tell apart a white woman that's from Eastern Europe, for example, or Australia, versus a white woman that's from there, are they happy to be there? If it's someone that's from there, they're going to carry themselves like they take it for granted. And it's just like a dull, negative vibe that they tend to carry with them. Like there was this one girl, I like it when girls put their hair in a ponytail and it's slicked back. So I was at a Tim Hortons and I compliment this girl on the way that she did her hair. And what I like about women from other countries is that if you compliment them, you just made their day. It's like the best thing you could have ever done. It made their day. This girl was like, "Oh, thank you," but it was like, you know what I mean? So like the main thing about westernized women is that they either take for granted a compliment or they feel offended if you compliment them. So I think that's one of the most important ways you could tell a Western white woman from a white woman from another country. Can they take a compliment and just the way that they carry themselves? The white women from Vancouver, they just carry themselves with a lack of joy.
Good stuff there, bro. Shout out to Mr. Flip. Shout out to Mr. Jughead1 again. Thank you, bro, for the third time for supporting the channel, brother. Much appreciated, bro. Passport, bro. My thumbnail is me in the background at the Toronto CN Tower. Awesome, bro. Toronto is awesome too. Interesting. So, Jughead, you telling me that women in Toronto are also checking for brothers? Interesting. You been to Toronto, DM?
Yeah, I'm only 2 hours away from Toronto, and anytime I fly to Asia, I always have to go through Toronto Pearson Airport. It's not that they're not checking for brothers, because they are. It's just that they're more westernized. So Toronto, the way to have success would definitely be through dating apps. Cold approaching works the best in Vancouver as well as Montreal.
Well, okay. So from what I've heard about Vancouver, about Toronto, I just want you to confirm if it's true. They do have a heightism problem like American chicks do. So if you're not like a tall brother, like a tall basketball player brother, your chances are slim, from what I've heard. And a lot of them are getting drop off to Drake's crib and stuff like that. Getting passed around by Drake and his entourage. So
Ugh.
yeah, you know those exclusive parties.
It's definitely correct what you're saying because I'm 6 feet tall and they want a guy that's unreasonably tall, like 6'4", 6'5" at the shortest. And Drake is from Toronto. So yeah, their main goal is to be used and abused by Drake first.
Oh my gosh.
And it's like that here in Buffalo too. They want to be used and abused by Drake.
Yeah, I don't know. I for me personally, I'll pass on Toronto because it's a lot of red flags with them chicks over there. Um, yeah, man, that's the things I've been hearing, bro, about them over there, man. No, and you heard about the Toronto accent?
Oh, please don't even get me started on the Torontonian accent. My goodness.
Yeah, this is mad.
Well, what does it sound like? Is it like Jamaicanish slang? No, or how does it sound like?
So the thing about it is that the biggest black population in Toronto is the Jamaican population. And so you mentioned this in the Jamaica stream a couple of weeks ago, and I should have called in to that Jamaica stream because I'm half Jamaican, but I was all up in my feelings, and that's why I didn't call in because Jamaica is already getting so influenced by the West as far as women wanting to have that matriarchal attitude. I don't need no man. And so they bring that with them to Toronto. And then they kind of double down with that attitude in Toronto. Not as bad as the US, but the problem with Toronto is that because it's so close to New York State, they want to imitate everything that Black American women do in the States. So that's the main problem, besides wanting to be part of Drake's entourage.
Wow. Huh. Interesting. Damn. Okay.
Usually, the further you get away from let's say that you stay in the province of Ontario, the further you get away from Toronto, the more cooperative and submissive the women tend to be and friendlier. But the closer that you get to the GTA, then the more liberal they tend to be. That's the other thing too. Toronto is very extremely liberal, too liberal.
Yes, indeed. All right, we're going to go on for the last 12 minutes and wrap up in the 3-hour mark. So if you want to call in, brothers, if you want to support, if you want to hit a super chat or PayPal donation, if you want to say your question, you got 12 minutes to do so. It's awesome stream so far. You want to say something, Dark Ninja?
Yeah, man. The brother he confirmed everything I said, bro. This shit's great. It's crazy. We need to. I don't know because brothers. It's better for us to stick to Vancouver, in my opinion, or Montreal. Those are places, from what I've heard, they have more feminine females that are more cooperative. You can get a girlfriend experience there. You know, and have a great time. So I think those are the best bet. Like you said, they're like Vancouver is like a glitch in the matrix. So we should have our eyes on that place. As far as Toronto, it's a done deal, in my opinion. We don't want to be dealing with chicks that are Drake's entourage.
Please no. Please don't do it. It's not worth it.
It's not, bro. It's not, bro. Oh,
And one other thing I want to add to that too is that when I was in college, and this is even before Drake became a thing and messed up Toronto. Even before Drake messed up Toronto, even people from Toronto would either go to Vancouver or to Montreal to party. And this was like 10 to 20 years ago. So now that Drake messed up Toronto, forget about it.
Facts. Absolute facts. Absolute facts. Okay. Awesome stream so far. Awesome. So, brothers, 10 more minutes left. Or we're gonna wrap it up, man.
IP, something just dawned on me to add to the Toronto debate.
Please do.
So there are a lot more British women that are immigrating to Canada, and guess where they like to go the most of the three major cities?
Hopefully Toronto.
Toronto.
That's the reason. That's the other reason why Toronto is so messed up. I almost forgot about that.
Good. Thank goodness. Good. Let him go to Toronto. Let him go. Please. There's a red line between English chicks and Vancouver. I'm asking English chicks, don't cross it, please, or it's gonna be war. Don't ruin the women there with your nonsense. I know how English chicks are. Top 10 worst chicks ever to date. Let me see.
Oh, let me ask you this, IP. What's your thought on Irish chicks? I mean, Irish chicks directly from Ireland.
I don't mess with them, bro. I keep it real.
There is a growing Irish population, like from Ireland in Vancouver.
I don't mess with them, bro. Anything UK, Scotland, English, Wales, Ireland, I don't want nothing to do with them, brother. Relationship-wise, I'll keep it real. It's still Western. Maybe they're a little bit better than English chicks, Irish chicks, but overall, I wouldn't mess with them. Pump and dump, have fun with them, don't wife them up.
That's fair enough. Just pump and dump them. Have fun.
And yeah, you want white chicks, Eastern European, Central European. I'm hearing some amazing things about Serbia. I'm planning something about Serbia coming soon. It may take several weeks. I'm planning it, but I'm hearing some incredible things about Serbian chicks.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
They're bad, bro. They're bad. They're bad.
They're so bad, man. I'm gonna have to play Michael Jackson bad to him. Girl, you're bad. You're bad.
And they're shapely too. They're very shapely. I had a female friend in high school that was from Serbia, and I knew that she liked me because I was shyer in high school than what I am now. But she just kept staring at me until I said hi, and ever since then we were friends throughout the rest of high school.
Amazing. Like at this point, I think I did a stream a couple years ago, right? No black man is ugly, and I think
Not at all.
That was a very powerful stream because the reason why you're feeling that way, brothers, is because you're in an environment that doesn't care about you. When you go abroad, right, and when an 8.5 looking chick, 9 out of 10 looking chick is giving you clear choosing signals, you're thinking, what is going on here? I thought I was ugly. That's not the case, man. It's all about the environment, the culture. There's no reason why educated brothers should not be doing this bad, right, in America and UK. But we know that these women worship Pookie, Ray Ray, gangsters, the Young Thugs, the Chief Keefs, all that nonsense, right? But you're a brother that went to school, you're in a suit, you're basically a square, you're lame. When you go abroad, you're a king when you bring that mentality abroad.
Fact.
I'll keep it stack. I remember one day I dressed like, Idris Elba in terms of like wearing like a turtleneck, long coat, wore some shoes. I was getting stares, but they're like, whoa, wow, that black man is dressed great. I was getting a lot of stares in Vancouver when I dressed like that. Asian chicks checking, Asian chicks looking at me. Can you get your passport and get into IT? That should be your goal for 2024. If you ain't got either, I don't know what to say, man, because we're giving you the game here. And this kind of intel you're hearing from this stream, people are charging hundreds of dollars for, man, because this is life saving. But it's free on the channel. It's completely free, so there's no excuse, man. Over 600 videos of my intel, DM's intel, Dark Ninja, Ramel, Dems Wood, Theo, Uncle Me, Sean, the whole 9 yard, giving you the juice, the play. I don't know, bruv. I don't know, man. It's your life, man. That's all I can say. You do what you want to do. So last 5 minutes, man. So on that note, we need to let DM and Dark Ronin go. Dark Ronin, any closing statements, brother?
Okay. Yeah. Closing statements. Brothers, focus on the bigger picture for 2024. Get your money right. Get your paper right. Get your passports. Research the countries you want to travel to. Blend in with the crowd. Blend in with the people there. Respect the locals. Learn the language. Yeah, man. And yeah, hop on Tinder, hop on Hinge, whatever you need to do, or Core Approach in the countries. Yeah, man, that's what I gotta say for brothers, man. Stay on point.
Yes, indeed, and make sure, brothers, you join the Passport Bros on top. Passport Bros on top. Reddit page. Do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
I do got one more thing to say.
Of course.
Hey, don't sleep on the Patreon. Do not sleep on the Patreon. Brothers, hop on the Patreon. It's flames. It's all bunch of classic videos, videos that will make your mind blow. Like the China Part 1 and China Part 2. And Iceland and a few others in Germany. So don't sleep on it. Hop on it. Yeah, man. Go crazy. Just watch all of it.
Facts. Absolute facts. Thanks for that, Dark Ronin. Have a great weekend ahead, brother. And salute.
Sure.
Thank you, bro. Okay, awesome. Mr. DM, do you have any closing statements, bro? And of course, before you say so, Marigold, looking forward to your DM on IG. Okay, Marigold 808. Let's touch base. Go on, DM.
Yeah. So, to steal the words from the Godfather, Kevin Samuels, because one of the things that made me decide to become a passport bro is how a lot of American chicks were celebrating his death when he died unexpectedly. That's when I knew it was over for Western chicks as a whole. But he had a quote, and I want to share this with the Passport Bro audience tonight. Embrace your arrogance. Embrace your arrogance. Now, what he meant by arrogance, he didn't say to be selfish or narcissistic. What he meant by that is embrace what makes you great. Part of wanting better for yourself and a woman is that you have to embrace who you are, what your purpose is and be on your purpose. And when you do that, you're going to see that you can do so much better for yourself. And once you see you can do so much better for yourself, you're going to see that you can do so much better than these Western chicks. So please go to Eastern Europe. Please go to Africa. Please go to Asia. And before you do that, make a quick pit stop in the glitch of the West, Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada.
Awesome. All right. Thank you, DM. It's been a pleasure for you calling in, brother.
Thank you for having me. It's been an honor that you've had me for this live stream.
I'll have you on the channel again this year, brother.
And I'm looking forward to any future live streams.
Awesome. Thank you. Awesome. Thank you, brother. Take it easy. Peace out. Thank you, bro. Awesome. That's DM there, the good brother. I'm gonna drop you off there, DM. Thank you, brother. Have a great weekend, DM. So let me just pinpoint this. Let me just pinpoint this comment here. Being flipping heck, man. This effing computer. Stick it. Jughead once says, "Yeah, Kevin. Being in Vancouver during summer is like being in the friggin' Twilight Zone." That's my one regret, right? That I did not go to Vancouver in the summer. I just missed the summer. Very upset. I need to experience Vancouver in the summer. Summer in Vancouver only lasts how long does it last? Summer in Vancouver. Summer in Vancouver is from June, July, August, but mostly July, August. Amazing. I just missed it. July, August, September. And the rest of the year is cold and wet. Can you believe it? That's why I wouldn't live there full time. It's just too cold and wet when it's not summertime. I remember going to Stanley Park. I went to Capilano Suspension Bridge Park, and it was awesome, man. Like walking across the bridge, looking down, looking up, looking at what's ahead. Yo, Vancouver is a vibe, man. Vancouver is a vibe. And of course, Tim Hortons, man. Take me back to Tim Hortons. Take me back to Tim Hortons. I missed that, bruv. Pardon me. Tim Hortons. Take me back. Damn. Whew. I love it. They got burgers, sandwiches, they got donuts. Lord. Yo, this passport, bro, it's just forever, man. Forever. All right, man. Where's everyone listening from? Let me know what city, what country you're listening in from. And I want to make it very clear that, reach out to me on IG if you want to share your story on the channel, travel-wise, etc. Reach out to me on IG, man. Let's get you on the channel for an interview. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Check out the content. You got over 600 videos. It's for you. It's for you, brothers. It's for y'all. It's for y'all. So please, y'all, check it out, man. You see me speaking American there, y'all. All right, man. Stop being so focused on Colombia. And broaden your horizons. Some of y'all love Colombia too much. Yeah, I love Colombian chicks too, but get your passport. Get your passport. Get your passport, man. Ramel says here, hands down, Korean women have been the most submissive and lovely, sweet and kind women I've dated so far. I miss it so much. You're in IT right now, Ramel. You're fully remote, so You can do Korea this year, 2 months. You can do Japan later this year, 2 months. What is your oyster, bro? You know, it truly is, brother. You know, add to the fact that where you're going to, cheaper cost of living, so your pounds will go far. It's up to you, bruv. You know, it's up to you. And it's very good to have options. You know, I know people say IP too many options, but more is good. More is good. You know, sometimes less is more, but this time more is good. Okie dokie. Okay. All right, brothers. Yeah, I hope you have a nice weekend ahead. I'm gonna see you tomorrow again for another stream. I won't tell you the country, but it's a special country. You're gonna love it. And yeah, there's more fire content coming 2024. I will not take the gas off the pedal. I'm trying to get TikTok popping. I don't know what it is, man. And anyone good at TikTok? How the algorithm works on TikTok? Because I posted some clips there, and they're not gaining traction. I don't know why. Here's my TikTok page. I don't know how TikTok works. I'm a bit lost. So if you have any ideas as to how I've got to navigate on TikTok, let me know, because I just don't know how it works. The algorithm, you know, it's very different from YouTube. It's more short clips. It's baffling me, to be honest, man. You know, it really, maybe it's a young person's game, TikTok. I just don't know how it works like that, man. Lost. You know, if you know anyone that knows TikTok well, if you know how to use TikTok, how the algorithm works, let me know, please. Just a bit lost as to how it works. American football, it must be 5 a.m. over there in Germany, if I'm not mistaken. You awake? You awake, bro, at 5 a.m.? Are you got a nice, beautiful German chick right next to you, bro, keeping you warm and happy? I know it's cold right there in Germany. It's normally cold in Germany. Germany weather. Flipping heck, 4 degrees. And Germany gets cold quickly, like in around September, October, it gets really cold. And that's why Europe gets put down a bit. The weather, like Asia, is cold there, but majority of the time it's hot or it's mild. In Europe, it's flipping freezing, man. You know, it's just, and obviously we black men, cold weather doesn't fit black men very well. We need vitamin D, we need warmth, and that's the problem with Europe, man. It's just too cold. It's too cold, man. It's cold. Black men need sun. They need a hot chick that's warm, keeping them warm. So yeah, man. Keep doing so, brothers. Keep pressing on, keep pushing. This gorgeous German woman. Okay, man. So, brothers, thank you so very much. Have a nice week ahead. Enjoy your weekend. Let me check the PayPal real quick again. This computer is jacked. Come on, man. Flipping heck. Load it, man. All right, open it up. Why did it take so long? Open up that mofo. Hurry oh my gosh. Open that thing up. Flipping. All right, okay, nope, we're good. All right, brothers, yeah. Have a great weekend ahead. And Yeah. Look at that, man. Look at that. For people saying that passport bros ain't looking to find wifey, shame on y'all. Shame on y'all. Right? Someone said, I ain't gonna call out number. Someone said that, you know, passport bros gotta stop capping when they're looking to find wifey. You cap, okay? Plenty of us are looking to find wifey. Could have, but we both decided to go home, trying to find wifey. So trying to find good things, do things the right way. Yes, indeed, man. Yes, indeed. The end goal is wifey. The end goal is wifey, big family, legacy. That's the end goal with a great woman beside us, man. Awesome. All the best in your journey there, American football abroad. I hope you do find wifey. You know, do you have a preference, bro? She got to be a Becky or Keisha or Asian chick. What you going with, bro? Half black, half white? Let us know. Let us know before I end the stream. IP, your IP, is your next trip going to be in Asia? I don't know yet, bro. I'm still figuring out the plan. So figuring out the plan, brother. Who knows? But I'm working on my plan, and I will announce it soon. What about your trip, bro? Just gotta be traditional. Okay, fair enough, brother. Fair enough. Fair enough. Watch your stream. That's all I can say. Watch your stream and hear from our experience. All right, man. I gotta get some rest. It's gonna be a busy day for me ahead. Peace out, brothers. Take it easy. Thank you very much.